Alright, start things off and might as well level up Kama. Okay. Dun 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 dun. There you go. Filter. Ah, right. I forgot. There you go. Wait, hold on. Where is she? Oh, my level instead of my class. Okay. Wait, hold on. No. Okay, wait, hold on. Ugh. Hello, B. Just trying to see if I can just get out. Filter out only the assassins. There we go. Now for starters, actually I might as well just feed her this. Max out her HP and her attack. Ding. And now next up is attack. Technically, she can go higher up to 2k with gold foes, but gold foes are very hard to come by. You don't want to use them on just anyone. Right. Auto select. Oh god, what? There you go. I've got something on every Tuesday. I got something on every Tuesday at around 5:30 p.m. my time in Hawaii, so shit. So click that. Okay, it's cool. Yeah, we all got stuff to do. Eventually. Oh wait, hold on. What? And that's all she says, huh? Okay. Ba-bum. Okay, auto select. Ascension time. Time to get Kama to her second form. Alright. Very good. Now, the rest of it. That facial expression. It's like she was looking at walking garbage. All right. Ascension. This won't change how she looks, but it will increase her level cap, which is what she needs to change how she looks. What did she mean by that? Anyway. Feel like I might not make it, but I do have several gold cards in storage, so I can just whip those out when I run out of my reserves. Ah, I actually ran out. Okay. Second archive to inventory. Everything. Give me everything. Literally everything. Okay. So I don't have any more inventory space. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Why is the filter like that? It's all class. It's all event bonus. Okay. Actually narrows it down considerably, but still annoying. Alright. Yeah. Now, so long, weird facial expression, comma. Time to take you to the next level. Flame of love. So essentially, she seems to be kind of burning. Heh, I can see that. Ching. Okay. That's a different weird facial expression. Okay. One more level up after this. I know fanfiction writers are gonna be wild. Oh man. Pretty sure the Dojin writers are already wild here. I mean, this character's been out for like 2 years in in the Japanese server, so I imagine they've already gone pretty wild. Not that I'd be able to understand any of them. Level limit reached now. For her final form. I'm gonna let this play out.
変な人ですね、あなた。これだけやってどうして私の愛に溺れないんです？仕事のモチベーションなんてものはみじんもないですが、愛の神として少しはプライドが傷つきますよ。かくなる上はどこに行こうっていう
I'm not going anywhere, though.
愛の神を本気にさせた報いはちゃんと受けてもらいますからね。
I don't know what she's on about. I'm not going anywhere. Staying right here. Just by her side.
私の愛が恐ろしくないんでしょうか。
Oh shit, I might be running out of materials. I mean, AXP cards. Okay. Give me a minute. Second archive. Second archive to inventory. And she means suffocate in her chicken breast. Oh, she brought KFC? Nice. I have been meaning to eat something. Bum bum.
私の愛が恐ろしく私
Hey, just a little more.
私の愛が恐ろしくないんでしょうか、この人。
There we go. Level limit reached. Although I don't think actually thinking about it, I don't think I reached. I used all my cards. So inventory to second archive. Actually, wait, hold on. Wait, no, yeah, this is what I want to do. Ow. Burn. Hate to burn. Yeah, it's just filtered by rarity, so I'm just gonna... I can burn all these without worrying too much. Hold on. Right. A single Yanshin is all that lived. Actually, speaking of Yanshin, I have no idea if I should, like, save him, like, raise his MP level, or if I should burn him for a rare prism. I feel like I should burn him because I'm at 11 rare prisms here, which means if I reach 12, it's a multiple of 3, which means I can buy an extra extra lantern. Is what I meant to say. Yeah, an extra lantern. Those cost 3 per month. Prologue. Now it's story time. So we sit back and read the story. Here you go, senpai. I decided to try herbal tea today. What do you think? It smells great. I was so happy when I found out that Sion had brought along these sorts of luxury goods. Yes, of course. Having nothing but bland supplements would ruin the camp-like atmosphere. I'm fine with only the bare minimum of resources necessary to survive myself, but I cannot speak for anyone else. So, I made sure you would have a wide variety of foods and recreations to choose from, thus satisfying your need for both mental and physical nourishment. I already spent all of the Atlas Spiritron points I had been saving for years to acquire them, so you may as well make the most of them. I'm so grateful to her. Before we got to the Wandering Sea, we had to make do with nothing but the border's emergency supplies. You know, having proper tea together like this again reminds me of the old Chaldea in the Antarctic. Me too. I know things are completely different now, so I shouldn't be feeling sorry for myself, but they say it's important to rest up when you can. You're right. At this point, all we can do is wait for Sion and Captain to finish modifying the Shadow Border, so that it'll be stable enough for us to head into the Atlantic Lost Belt. As much as we'd like to help, it's all just way above our heads. I wonder how it's all coming along. Good question. All we know for sure is that it's taking longer than anyone expected. Sion said that Da Vinci's design for the border is even more intricate and delicately balanced than she had thought. I remember Da Vinci seemed both pleased and apologetic about that. At any rate, they said that there's a crucial part they need for the modifications, and that we'll probably need to go to the Indian Lost Belt to get it. I wonder what that's all about. It could be something that can only be obtained there, or it could be for some other reason. I'm sorry, I just don't know enough to say one way or the other. All I know is that at this point it sounds like they're putting the pieces together so they can install this necessary part. Sion thought that this preliminary preparation would be finished soon after we got back from the Chinese Lost Belt. But apparently things didn't quite go as planned. Still, Captain did say it looks like they should be finishing this stage fairly soon now. And let's recuperate until it's our turn to help. Agreed. We should rest up while we can, so we can hit the ground running. Would you like some more tea, Senpai? We also have plenty of cookies to go along with it. Alright, I know what you're about to say. There's way too many, right? Well, there's a reason for that. Things have become much more lively around Chaldea base now that we have more servants here. So I made extra to share in case I ran into any of them on my way here. But as luck would have it, I haven't seen anyone else today. Not even Foe. In fact, now that I think about it, it feels like Chaldea base is way too quiet today. I think you just jinxed it, Mash. Hello, hello. You still exist over there, Dice? If you are there, give me some response. Even an empty message will do. Otherwise, this is the end for the new Chaldea. You can calmly sip herbal tea. This is not the time to ghost me. We already have more than enough dead air in our budget. Okay, I can hear you breathing, so that will suffice to confirm your existence for me. Are you there too, Mash? Even better. What's going on, Sion? Why is the alarm going off? In all of history, there has only ever been one reason for an alarm to go off at a base. New Chaldea is under attack. Attack? Correct. It is rather terrible, like waking only to find out all your data from yesterday is corrupted. What else can you do at a time like this but laugh? No, sorry, this is really not the time to disassociate from reality, is it? We do not have a moment to waste. Please come to the command room at once. Understood. Let's go, Master. We're here. What in the world's going on, Sion? Before I answer that, I would like to confirm something with you. Did you see anyone else on your way here? Anyone at all, like one of the staff or a servant? No, I didn't. In fact, I was just telling Master how strange it was that I haven't seen anyone else today. Does that have anything to do with this attack? This is what I was afraid of. I was hoping that at least one person might be hiding with presence concealment, but I guess that's not the case. As soon as I realized there was no one else in the command room, no staff, no Holmes, no Da Vinci, I cut off your cause and effect interference to keep you both safe. To think the only ones I could help in time were you two and myself, especially since I have already cut myself off from human history. Sion? Oh, sorry, I'll leave my self-examination and strategizing to a different thought process and get to the main topic. You can see what sort of attack we are under for yourselves. Even after sounding the alarm and putting off a call, you two are the only ones to come here, and that can only mean one thing. We are now the only ones left in the entire Chaldea base. Really? Wow. I mean, oh no. Okay, prologue. Another story-only node. The spirit origin graft is still working, but we cannot summon a single servant. And there's not a single member of Chaldea's staff anywhere in the base, let alone the command room. Even my servant, Captain, is gone. We are the only ones left. Whether it is due to external interference or internal sabotage, there is clearly ill intent at work. Everyone's gone? I still need to investigate more thoroughly before I can say exactly what happened, but it is already clear what the culprit used to accomplish this. It was ray shifting. They used ray shifting to induce forced Spiritron summoning. To put it in layman terms, my coffin was used as a catalyst with which to forcefully ray shift everyone away. What? Is that even possible? I'm sure it would be with Chaldeas, but this is Novum Chaldea. There's no phase navigational system that advanced here. So it would be impossible to reverse summon by hijacking our system. Usually I would be 99% sure about that conclusion. But I do have a theory or two on how it could possibly happen. However, they are so absurd that I decided to shelve them for now. Next time I would not be so quick to criticize how Holmes handles situations like this. I mean, if this were a locked room murder mystery, it would be as if the killer was the greatest pitcher in the entire universe and they killed the victim by throwing a ball through an air vent. That is how unlikely the circumstances would need to be for that to happen. Though that said, I suppose if the universe's greatest pitcher were actually here, then it would technically be possible. Sorry, getting sidetracked. Back on my point. We are the only ones capable of fighting back against this attack. Dice, Mash, and myself. Sion, Eltnam, Sokaris. Who could the attacker be? And why in their world would they do this? I cannot say anything about that just yet. That said, I do not think one of the cryptors is behind this, since they have no reason to leave their lost belts. I also still have a faint connection to my own servant, Captain. So the fact that he has yet to take any action must mean that he is trapped. And I would guess that all of Chaldea's staff and the servants are as well. Are they okay? That's what I want to know too. Not everyone in Chaldea's staff is a mage. If they really were ray shifted, then... I see, you're worried they may be unable to withstand the ray shift and disappear upon reaching their destination. I cannot deny that such a worst case scenario is possible. But in this case, I do not think you need to worry, as their ray shift destination does not appear to belong to a standard history. That is, they are moving through space more than time, so my coffin will have no trouble verifying their existence. Of course, I cannot guarantee their safety if they should encounter some sort of violence at their destination. But if all the culprit wished to do was hurt them, they would not need to go through the trouble of ray shifting them. So, thinking logically, I suspect the culprit's goal was to summon and capture them, not kill them. If I were the culprit, I would have frozen them the moment they were summoned and kept them packaged as Spiritrons. I have to do that for the people with low ray shift aptitude anyway, and it would also stop the servants from fighting back. Since they are already being converted during the ray shift process, that would definitely be the most efficient way to capture them. Then there's still a chance we can save them. Since they ray shifted, does that mean they know where they went? Does that mean you know where they went? Of course, that's the most important part. After all, when I got to the command room, all the ray shift equipment was already set to fixed parameters. To put it in a way, they're all pointing towards a very specific set of coordinates. And since everyone was reverse summoned away, this almost certainly means that someone or something is at those coordinates. Though of course, I cannot say if the culprit just forgot to cover their cracks. There was nothing they could do to hide them, or they left them here on purpose to lure us in. Oh. Where are the coordinates exactly? Does this mean they point to a singularity from the past? That's really the key problem. Remember what I said earlier about this destination not belonging to standard history? It is technically a singularity, but it's also quite different from the singularities we've seen so far. Its influence is spreading, or perhaps I should say stretching? Usually the bizarre phenomena that takes place in singularities are confined to that singularity. But this singularity is trying to interfere with proper human history while remaining a singularity. In that sense, it may be closer to a lost belt. If we think of a human history as one long scroll, singularities are like stains that weaken the scroll by contaminating the history around them. Whereas lost belts are like another scroll entirely that was discarded once it was clear it was no longer useful. It could mean that this singularity is some sort of hybrid, pseudo-singularity, similar to Shinjuku or Shimosa. I think the most appropriate name we could give it in these specific conditions is Humanity Destruction Zone. If it's similar to Shinjuku, that would mean... Right, if the singularity is the same as Shinjuku, that would mean it came about from the central coordinates from this singularity, which is currently stretching out like a line, point to mid-17th century Japan during the Edo period. The province of Shimosa you observed before is gone from history, so I expect this incident is completely unrelated. Understood. Regardless, I think there's only one option left for us. Now that we know where everyone was taken and the path to them is still open, we have to go there too. From there, we need to find whoever or whatever's behind this, defeat them, and rescue everyone. Hang on, Holmes. Hang in there, Da Vinci. Yeah, that's true. In the end, that's all it comes down to. But I'm afraid I can't let you both go there. I want you to help me, Mash. I already have my hands full observing the singularity. I need one more skilled operator who I can trust to observe and verify Dice's existence. Someone who's capable of filling in for 3 Chaldea staff members on their own. But if I do that, there'll be no one left to help Senpai in the singularity. That's true, but this is a question of priorities. If this were a diving expedition, it would be a decision between going down to the depths with an escort but without a diving suit, or going down with a diving suit but no escort. It's not even a matter of which is safer. If we are unable to verify his existence, he'll not be able to dive down into this other world at all. But still, going into a singularity without even a single servant is just... Yes, I do understand your concerns, but look at Dice. I'll admit the idea of going there alone is terrifying. But that's just as true for everyone else too. Exactly, the fact is, this figurative boat we're on is on the verge of sinking, and we're all in it together. As our base was already attacked once, there's no telling when those of us staying here may be attacked again. So I'm afraid our only option is for you to summon up your courage and look for either a weapon or a companion on site. Fortunately, this singularity is in 17th century Japan, by which all accounts was a civilized society, so you should be able to reason with the people here. As long as you can get past that first hurdle, I'm sure you'll be able to move things along rapidly. Wait, what first hurdle? Oh, come on. Have you never seen a samurai movie? I mean, when they draw their swords and they feel someone has behaved improperly towards them? I think they call it bureiuchi. Gosh, imagine a society where you cannot even speak to anyone above your class for fear of being beheaded. That would be terrifying. That doesn't sound reasonable at all. Bureiuchi. I've never heard of that before, I see. So that is the situation we're in. If this singularity is that dangerous, I'll have to summon up my courage as well. For it seems I am the only servant in all of Chaldea who managed to evade capture. You're... Yes, Seisio and Kiara, a servant. I came as soon as I heard the commotion. So you're going to Japan. Then I'll come with you. When do we leave? Seisioin. Yes, it is I, your faithful servant, Seisio and Kiara. Never did I expect to receive so much attention from you, especially in front of other people like this. Thank you, Master. Whoa, looking at this magical energy flow, that is definitely one of Dice's servants. Let me see. Class, alter ego, special kind of heroic spirit who does not fall under the standard categories. So, you're a non-regulation servant. This is right in line with my calculations, yeah. Since even I was not able to see you, the enemy must have overlooked you entirely. At any rate, this works out perfectly, so we have a trustworthy bodyguard to go along with Dice. Oh, I'm so relieved. Thank you, Kiara. I'm so sorry I wasn't aware of you up until now. You're obviously gentle, clean, and cool-headed, and you even seem familiar with Japan. I couldn't have asked for anyone better right now. When did you summon her, senpai? I can't seem to remember. Well, when you find out when I summoned her, please tell, because as far as I remember, I haven't summoned her either. Are you sure we can trust her? I don't know about trust, but she's definitely dependable. I see, so she's another anti-hero, like Shuten Doji. She doesn't quite seem to fit that mold, but never mind that. Thank you for doing this, Kiara. I know that between keeping Master safe and rescuing all the others, this is a lot to ask of you, but... You're so polite, Lady Mesh. That heartfelt consideration of yours is all the reward I need. Please, you needn't worry. As I said, I'll be happy to accompany Master. Usually a servant like myself would have no part to play in any mission and would never even need to be called upon. So you have called upon me now. The circumstances must be dire indeed. I, Seisio and Kiara, swear to swallow any hard feelings I may have and do everything I can do to help. If the extra class servants escape the enemy's notice, maybe we still have hope of finding a couple more. Ideally, I would like to send Dyson with 4 Heavenly Kings, or at least 3 Musketeers. I mean, we only have one of those in FGO, and I don't have Kintoki. Well, at least not yet. Alas, it seems I was the only one to elude the hand of temptation. Of course we can trust her. She has big moves. Yeah. Yeah, that's the real reason. Yeah. That's the real reason we're trusting her. I'm somewhat different from the other extra servants thanks to my something skill. You mean independent action? There must be a very powerful story behind you. I'd be very interested to hear more about it, but right now, I found someone. You mean another servant besides Kiara? Yes, I managed to track down one more. Excellent work, me. However, this servant is not here in the Wandering Sea. The signal I found belongs to the very last servant that was reverse summoned out of here. They appear to have stopped right before the end of their race shift. Perhaps they're doing their best to fight back. If you go after them now, you may still be able to rendezvous with them. Oh my, so they're doing their very best to stay strong. How reassuring. But any heroic spirit is completely defenseless right after a race shift, no matter how strong they are. They could easily be gobbled up from behind before they can adapt to the singularity. Oh yeah, I understand. I also understand why you would need to be reluctant to act under the circumstances, Lord Dice. But I think now is the time to do so. We should race shift out of here and go help this last servant as soon as possible. I agree with Miss Kiara. If we do not help them now, the servant will most likely end up trapped, just like all the others. You need to make contact with them first and reestablish your contract's connection first. I'm sorry I cannot give you more time to prepare before you leave, Dice, but it's okay. I'm ready. I'm reminded of another saying, make hay while the sun shines. If we know what it is we have to do, we risk losing something important if we don't act soon. Then maybe we should just ignore any doubts we have and move full speed ahead. Either way, my job's to make sure you have all the support you need. So please, Mal, I'll see this through to the end, even should it cost me my life. Let's not go that far, okay? Still, to think that our reunion after such a long time would involve a journey to such a faraway land. Just imagine the two of us all alone on a dangerous expedition with me in this fleeting form that could be turned to dust at any moment. I can see I will need to be ever so careful. Otherwise, I might get so nervous that I inadvertently reveal a rather unseemly side of myself. What does she mean by that? I don't get it. Yeah. Final safety checks complete. All systems are go. The race shift coordinates are set to 35 degrees, 41 north, 139 degrees, 45 east, mid-7th century Japan. Since you seem to have some familiarity with the country, you should already know this, but this will put you in the town of Edo from about 400 years ago, the city everyone today knows as Tokyo. One of your 2 primary goals for this race shift involves the location itself. This is not an ordinary singularity. It's a massive humanity destruction zone that appears to be even affecting the axis of time itself. we do not do something about it now, it is certain to become a huge problem. So one of your primary goals is to take care of the zone itself. Most of the singularities we've seen to date were caused by a massive magical energy resource, typically a holy grail. So if you find something like that here too, you may need to take it in custody. No problem, been there, done that, got the mystic code. True, I guess I do not have to tell you that particular goal is just the official party line, at least in one sense. I mostly just said it to cover our bases, like an alibi. Just keep it in mind so you do not forget it entirely. The other goal is, of course, much more important, and much more urgent. Rescuing all of the Chaldea personnel and servants currently trapped there. We still have another huge problem we need to take care of, namely resolving the bleached earth phenomenon. This order may be much smaller in comparison, but it's also an important step nonetheless. This enemy has launched a direct attack on Chaldea. There's only one thing for us to do in response. Counterattack, and counterattack some more. By doing so, we'll fortify our positions for the upcoming Grand Order. Hey, she said the thing. So I hope you understand that this race shift is a crucial trial for all of us at Novum Chaldea. Roger that. Good, then as this race shift supervisor, I hereby declare that this emergency directive, this counter order, is underway. Master, please be careful over there. Starting unsummoned program. Commencing Spiritron conversion. Ray shifting begins in 3, 2, 1. All systems are go. Proving urgent order. Initiating counter order operations. Alright. Yes, the event's about to officially begin. Oh no, never mind then. Okay, but before I continue the prologue, what I want to do now is fix up my event page. Unselect all. Ooh, okay. I think people would be pissed if I didn't have Scotty as my caster. Yeah. Okay, her for sure. Hokusai, Berserker, Raiko. For Rider, I'll have Kintoki. For Parvati as my Lancer. For my Archer, I think I'll have I don't know. I think Fujino. No, not Fujino. But Nobu makes the most sense. Then for my Saber, I think, yeah, Musashi. And finally for the all slot, I think Waver would be better, but I actually just gonna put Murasaki just to flex. Wait, what? You're telling me I didn't get that many C's? What? I could have sworn I had way more C's than this. Okay, never mind. I think the shop C. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that the shop C is better. Ba 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 ba. Okay. There we go. I got my event. Oh wait, hold on, no. Forget. What does she want? I'll give you that, and for this, I'll give you this, and for this, I'll give you this. All right, perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with this. Yeah, just so people that use me on their friend list can see that I actually have my party set up. All right. This quest has no battles. I felt as though something or someone was calling me. I'm not just one thing now. All sorts of things are layered on top of each other to form me, though I also feel as though it has been that way for a very long time. I am a goddess. I am the wife of the supreme god, Masvara. I am a servant. I am the avatar of mankind. I am called upon by humans. I am one who aids the efforts to protect the world. And now, I am being called away, heading there as I speak. Though I'm sure I am being called away, I also know that I'm heading there of my own volition. I have to. I must. The impulses within my divine core demand it. I brush off the arm rudely trying to take hold of me, but I don't run away from it. Instead, I follow it to its source. I step out of a passageway made by humans with human craftsmanship. I head towards a place that is not now, a time that is not there. I know something is waiting for me, something I can't ignore, and now I arrive at a land of humanity, twisted beyond all recognition. I saw it the moment I arrived. The light of a soul, so faint it seemed as though it might go out any moment. It was so small, so weak, but it was still glowing. Even if it was fated to vanish in an instant, it was still there. I saw it. It looked to me like it was struggling to desperately against something, like it was waiting for help. I'm sure this isn't the reason I came here. People say I have small hands. That's a lie. Look at my giant hand, and from that you can infer I have a giant... Hey, wait a minute. Is that true? Is it true that if you have a giant hand, you also have that big too? I don't know. That seems a bit far-fetched, if you ask me. I tried to get this joke for a long time, but I could not spell infer. Yeah, okay, but I wonder. Yeah, that's really getting me to think now, man. Where was I? I haven't defined a tiny remnant of human soul, but that's exactly why I had to help it somehow. After all, if I came across a person in trouble, I wouldn't need a reason to help them. Every decent person would hope to do the same, even if they rarely do it in practice. So as a kind and loving goddess, how could I refuse? It looks like we've arrived successfully, Lord Dice. So that was a race shift. How novel. It's quite a different mystic, and even experience than entering someone's mind. What is this place? Usually we would try to set the race shift coordinates to give you some time to take a stock of your surroundings, but we simply didn't have the time. So instead we went with a location as close as possible to the target reading. As a result, it looks like you've ended up inside Edo Castle, the heart of Edo's governing authority. You've essentially directly invaded the most heavily secured base of the entire country. There's no telling who or what might be nearby, or what could happen even from our end. Master, Kiara, please be as careful as possible. Yes, that's true. At this point in history, Edo Castle was so tightly guarded not even a fly could get through unnoticed. If a thief or spy did manage to sneak in, the guards would surround them 10, perhaps even 20 to 1. Or at least I thought they would. Instead, it's eerily quiet here. Why, it's almost as if... You can take stock of your surroundings later. You are almost on top of the servant reading we were targeting. Please rendezvous with them first. Once they've joined you, you can start gathering information. Let's go, Kiara. Alright, I'm very disappointed, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be today. Who was she? Futaba wannabe? Actually, yeah. In a way, you can think of her like that. Like, sort of, just think of Mash and Sion as sort of like the Futaba of FGO. I mean, Mash can fight, but she's not doing that. There are times when she's just mission control. And I was so looking forward to being pinned down by guards. Hey, what was that last part? There, over there, I see them. Oh, is that Sakura? Or, well, rather Parvati, because it looks like it was drawn by Parvati's artist. Oh, so that's Shiva's wife, Parvati, or rather a pseudo-servant of her. Perhaps she was able to hold out better by virtue of being a divine spirit. Or maybe there's another reason why she was the only one to evade capture, ... At any rate, she did great holding out against the enemy's reverse summoning. Oh yes, she must be wonderfully strong-willed. We had better help her before this enemy or whoever can steal her away. That kimono really suits you, Par. No. No. Huh? I said no. I am not the Indian goddess Parvati. Oh no, Par's on the fritz. Hey, I don't know what that means, but I can tell you're treating me like some sort of lunatic. Still, I suppose that's understandable. Since I have yet to tell you my name, it's Persona Q2 or 3 all over again. There isn't a Persona Q3, but actually I have yet to play Persona Q2. I actually recently bought that game on 3DS. I'm really looking forward to playing it since I did enjoy Q1. What I really didn't enjoy was the high prices, because Jesus, was that game expensive. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the older 3DS games are becoming way more expensive, and it's only gonna get worse as the years go on, and damn. Like, pretty much every single Atlas RPG released on the 3DS is super expensive now. Still, I suppose that's understandable, since I've yet to tell you my name. Very well then, I still don't know who you are, but I'll tell you who I am. I am the one who oversees Ooku here in Edo Castle. Once, I also served as 3rd Shogun Tokugawa Iemitsu's wet nurse. Wait, what? What? My surname is Saito, my given name, Fuku. Now, I go by the name bestowed upon me by the Imperial Court. Kasuga no Subone. Say what? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Kasuga no Subone is one of the most famous women in Japanese history. Please exposition it me who she is. Although, given how great your surprise is, Master, I'm guessing she doesn't look quite how you expected. It's not that, apart from her outfit. That's definitely the Parvati we know. What in the world is going on here? I'm afraid it's kind of complicated. Oh, to be clear, I am the goddess Parvati, you know. Shiva's wife, goddess of elegance and grace, all that. For a while, I was a little worried how this would all turn out, but I feel much better now that you're here, Dice. Wait, what? What could these readings mean? Is there someone else there inside of your spirit origin? The line that said her name, basically, it's like the lines again that say her name. It's Saito, basically her surname Saito, given name Fuku, but her like court name is Kasuga no Subone. But really, you can just call her Parvati or just Par, so that's clearly who she is. I see. So you're acquaintances of Lady Par. Please forgive my earlier outburst. I'm afraid I still don't understand what's going on very well myself, but I'll do my best to explain what I can. It's only proper, after all. This is, of course, not my own body. I'd fallen ill and was waiting for death to take me. In fact, I think it was after the final thread joining me to this life that had snapped that Lady Par rescued me. At that moment, I noticed something strange was happening to Edo Castle and had a flash of insight. It must have been the heavens themselves, or perhaps Lord Tosho Daigongen, who delivered this Indian goddess to me in my hour of need. Hey, Lady Fuku, too. Lord Tosho Daigongen, who delivered this... Oh, okay, I already read that. They must have want me to use this goddess's body and powers to do something about this predicament. As I said earlier, I don't think that's what's going on here. Of course it is, it must be. I'm at least reasonably sure. How else could something this preposterous, this absurd, this ridiculously far-fetched even happen? If her voice is anything to go by, she has a lot more energy than I expected. Never mind that. What is this predicament happening at Edo Castle right now? I am neither a warrior nor do I practice any kind of sorcery. I was only given my current title thanks to the little skill I have with this Naginata. The significance of this could not be clearer. The predicament I speak of has befallen Edo Castle's innermost chambers, where no man but the Shogun himself is allowed to enter. I speak, of course, of the place where the Shogun's wife and concubines live, the Ooku. I don't know how or why, but everyone in Edo Castle has completely disappeared, and in their place, the Ooku has transformed into a labyrinth that appears to reach deep into the bowels of the earth. And that's where we're gonna go. Tokugawa Restoration Labyrinth, Ooku. Okay, that's another bronze, another silver sea. Okay, even more story. Let's go. Tokugawa Restoration Labyrinth, Ooku, Act 1, Tokugawa's Invitation. Now I see, so you're Lady Parvati. I'm used to hearing your Buddhist name, Umahi, so I didn't recognize you at first. This is also my first time meeting a being from the mandala, so I must confess that I'm a little nervous. Still, right now we're both servants contracted to Lord Dice. In that spirit, I'll do my best to contain my excitement so we may work together harmoniously. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. Me? Oh, I'm just a humble nun, and wholly unworthy to introduce myself to the great Lady Kasuga and Lady Umahi. But if you insist, my name is Seisyon Kiara. It's a pleasure to meet you. I feel like there's something inside you that is far entirely separate from anything related to fate. Something that, depending on the situation, I might need to deal with quickly and decisively. Oh my, something inside me? Please don't look in there, it's far too embarrassing. Still, it should be okay for now. I have the sense that there's a dam within you, and it could break at any moment, but that you also won't be here otherwise. Admittedly, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Yes, I suppose it only makes sense that a goddess would pick up on my connection to the singularity. But that's likely as far as her awareness goes. Even I still don't have the whole picture myself. There's no way she could figure this out before me. There's definitely something about you that nags at me now, but we have more pressing things to focus on right now. Yes, I can sense that there's something here. And whatever it is, it's something only I can confront. Thank you for waiting. Our equipment's all adjusted and fine-tuned now. This is a rare and valuable situation, so I wanted to make sure all the data we collected is accurate. Part of me would like nothing better than to find out if you evaded capture thanks to being a divine spirit servant, or if it was a confluence of circumstances owing to your avatar and the particular place to which you were summoned. But for now, we should limit our focus to gathering as much information about the current situation as we can. The more testimony we have from more varied perspectives, the better, after all. So please, tell us what happened from your perspective. So you came across Subone's soul while you were being drawn here and decided to help her out on a whim. That's right, I realized that sharing my spirit origin with her was the only thing I could do to save her. I knew it was only a stopgap, but I just couldn't look the other way. But thanks to that, my own definition became less clear, and I think that's why I was able to escape the enemy's force summoning. So it all worked out in the end. I don't even feel any kind of force pulling on me anymore. Though I do still smell something foul at work here. And I think it's coming from over there, that place Kasuga no Subone called Ooku. As far as I can tell, whatever's going on here is just as she described. So all the people at Edo Castle disappeared, just like the ones at Chaldea Base. And now the Ooku has turned into a labyrinth? Coincidence? Definitely not. This is all clearly connected. Definitely. At this point, it could not be clear that the attack on the Wandering Sea and this strange phenomenon at Edo Castle are the work of a hostile force. That aside, I'm still not quite sure what you mean when you say that the Ooku has turned into a labyrinth. Did you see it for yourself, Subone? Well, sort of. I was just thinking, oh crap, I'm really dead now, and ascending to Nirvana when I think I caught a glimpse of it. Then, just as I realized that something strange was going on with my Ooku, I was feeling thoroughly pissed off about it. That was when Lady Par saved me. So no, I didn't exactly get a good look at it, but I'm positive there's something strange going on here. Well then, let's take a look right now. You do have a point, but I think it's still too soon to go to this Ooku place. Before you try to make your way through this labyrinth, you should make sure that your current surroundings are safe and that you have ample supplies. Now that you have accomplished your time-sensitive mission to secure the last reverse summoned servant, there's no need to rush. Not to mention, we still don't know where everyone else is yet. Right, I'm also worried about what may have happened to Chaldea's staff and servants. I would have rescued them too if I had happened to see anyone like I did with Tsubone, but unfortunately I didn't. Pitiful, just pitiful. Exactly the sort of cowardly move I would expect from plebs. What a joke! Is that? Oh, that's Gordolf. Director Gordolf? Please, Director, get a hold of yourself. New Year's is over now. They're still referencing the New Year's event. I see, so he's finally cracked under the pressure. Don't mistake my gentle tone for genuine friendliness. I'm only showing you mercy, as anyone as noble as me would. I do not recall giving you permission to speak. Now lower your heads in my presence. Director? You there, boy. How dare you speak to me so casually? I don't even know who any of you are. Just so you know, commoners like you would usually be lucky to get so much as a glimpse of a noble warrior like myself in your entire lives. So know your place and show me the respect I'm due. You don't know who we are? Does that mean that you are Director Gordolf Music? Music? Who might that be? Whoever he is, his name certainly has a powerful ring to it. But alright, you listen to me. I am Tokugawa Gordolf, the great Shogun. Looks at everyone else's reactions. Oh my. Goff. So I see you're shocked. You're so shocked you're at a loss for words. And well, you should be. Usually it would be utterly unthinkable for commoners like yourself to so much as see the Shogun, let alone converse with him. Well, I have heard that later Shogun would sometimes dress up like a commoner and go mingle among them for a lark. But never mind that. At times it is the mark of a true Shogun to demonstrate his generosity, regardless of how unspeakably rude or undeserving the recipients may be. Now that you are my guests, I will treat you with the hospitality you deserve. You have my word as Tokugawa. No, as the Lord of the Ooku. Paradise on Earth. Usually the Ooku would be firmly off limits to all men but the Shogun, but today I'm willing to open its doors to worthy guests. I'm talking about an honest-to-goodness paradise on Earth here. What's there to think about? Don't bother getting ready. Just come as you are. Trust me, you'll find all manner of happiness inside the Ooku, and it's fun too. What was that all about? I just ran an analysis on his biological signatures, focusing primarily on his voice print, and I can say with almost 100% certainty that that was Gordolf Music. Of course, Mr. Gordolf is human, so I doubt he's sharing his body with someone else like Parvati, which can only mean that he has been brainwashed. Isn't he supposed to be a pretty elite mage? Very strange. The quality of his magical circuits aside, that depends on how the clock tower evaluates a mage's talents. Not to mention, the clock tower seems to take political power into consideration much more than we do at the Atlas Institute. At any rate, yes, at any rate, I'm afraid my worst case predictions were correct. I would guess that he was the first wedge. Oh, what do you mean? I mean, the enemy must have used him to get a foothold for their attack on the Wandering Sea. It would be impossible for an outside enemy to hack our race-shift equipment to conduct a mass reverse summon while leaving everything else untouched. So, I suspect they may have used a more physical approach for that part. And it looks like they probably chose to do this by using Mr. Gordolf. They must have started by making contact with him and brainwashing him to their side. They could then use his director security clearance to disable all of the command room's protections. After which, he was likely to be the first to be ray-shifted away. What a stupidly efficient attack. Emphasis on stupid. I know what you mean. No matter how advanced the company's security might be, it's all too easy to make off with its data as long as you can sway someone who works there to your side. After all, you do not even need to decrypt it if you can make off with the device's stock, lock, and barrel. Honestly, it pains me to think that such a crass, inelegant solution could work this well. At any rate, the enemy had Mr. Gordolf under their control. They must have used his connections to all the other staff and servants to reverse summon them here willy-nilly. It must have taken an unbelievable amount of magical energy to do that, much more than even a Holy Grail could provide. They would need something with an inexhaustible resource for generating magical energy. But never mind what happened in the past. Right now we need to focus on the problems facing us now. His outfit may have looked ridiculous, but this is no laughing matter. No, if anything, it's even more serious than I thought. Oh yes, if nothing else, we now know that the director's here there in the Ooku. Tokugawa Gordolf, was it? We absolutely must save people like him. He might not be the only one trapped in there in the Ooku. Maybe the others are there too. I guess going there ourselves really is our only option. Unbelievable. Who does that Gordolf person think he is, calling himself a Tokugawa? This is travesty. How could he even ride his horse or put on his armor with all that excess weight? There's something I didn't tell you earlier, for if word of this got out, it would be an unprecedented crisis for the shogunate, and by extension, all of Japan. Everyone in Edo Castle has vanished, including Iemitsu, the current shogun. He must be within the Ooku as well. I must rescue him no matter what. Please, will you help me? I second her request. Please help her. I may not be at my full strength, but I can still come out like this to help you in battle if things should come to that. And Kasuga no Tsubone seems like she knows a lot about the Ooku. I'm sure her knowledge will be helpful. Of course, we have to rescue Mr. Gordolf and all the others, but even putting them aside, I think I need to go there. Something tells me I need to confront whatever's behind all this, and that I'll find them in the Ooku. I cannot recommend charging into enemy territory before we have a chance to create a campsite of our own. But you have Parvati to help you in battle, and Kasuga no Tsubone to help guide you around the Ooku. So after discussing it among my different thought processes, we have come to this consensus that it should be okay for you to go there under the conditions. So, make hay while the sun shines, was it? Well, if we are going to do this, then let us do this. The next objective is to infiltrate the Ooku, investigate what is happening there, and rescue everyone who is trapped. There's no telling what could happen in there, so please be extra careful. Oh, don't worry, I practically built the Ooku myself, you know. It might be a little more labyrinthine right now, but I still know it like the back of my hand. Probably. Besides, now I have a goddess of India and her trustworthy companions here to help me. Whatever sort of nasty person might have taken over the Ooku, I'm sure we can handle them just fine. Yep, I'm sure everything will be oakley dokley. Also Zuroka. Okay, so I'm fighting against formation restricted, only 3 servants, really? Only assassins though, huh? Interesting, very interesting. Since I can only bring in 3 servants, I believe I have to begin this quest. Please set 2 of your own servants and 1 support servant. I already got the support servant down. I think I'm gonna go with Morisaki and... Okay, wait, hold on. Just gonna whip out Hohenheim here, Because, like, the event bonus, I'm pretty sure it's just the damage bonus outside of the ones that get a bond bonus. So, it doesn't really matter too much, I guess, what I bring. Let's see. I think, yeah. Because I can't, if I bring Black Grail, I'm not going to be able to make it. So, I have no choice but to just go run with Kaleidoscope. As for Black Grail, I think I'm going to give the Black Grail over to Hohenheim here. Yeah. And this is completely useless since I can't swap out servants in the back line, considering, you know, I have no back line, so I'm going to have to use this just for the extra NP charge. Actually, no, wait. I have a better idea. What if I brought this Fragments of 2004? I think that's much better. What's with this Suzuroka? I've never had anything nearly this creepy in my Ooku. Ugh. There certainly is a strange aroma here. What is this place exactly? This is the Suzuroka, the Bell Corridor. It's the only way to get from the Nakaoku, where the Shogun resides, to the Ooku. The Ooku itself has several other entrances, so this corridor is usually reserved solely for the Shogun's use. But since it looks like this is the only way into the new labyrinthine Ooku, I'm afraid we have no choice but to make use of it ourselves. If you were to enter the Ooku from one of the servant entrances, or even if you were to get a bird's eye view of the place, I'm sure it would look like a perfectly ordinary building. But when you go there from the passage reserved just for the Shogun, it leads to a mysterious labyrinth. That appears to be the situation we're dealing with right now. That space is clearly warped. It is an unknown and secluded spatial structure made by Magecraft. To be honest, it may even surpass the Atlas Institute's engineering, though I really should not compare them since this technology and ours could not possibly be more different. Whatever's happening here is nothing like I've ever seen, and how strange. This sort of thing would usually be right up my alley. But, for some reason, I just can't get excited about this at all. Indeed, I have no idea how or why this happened. I'm also pretty sure we've never had this much Indian decor before. This is all wrong for Tokugawa interior design. If the decorator were here, I'd ask them to redo the whole thing. Anyway, that is the Ojoguchi, the door that actually leads to the Ooku, but it would seem that someone is there. What? I've never seen that type of enemy before. Who in the world are they? Are they supposed to be attendants guarding the Ojoguchi? Just look at them. I would never, ever hire anyone like that. The Oku's attendants must be proper ladies from noble families. You have every right to be angry. Those things are clearly not living creatures. They may not look alluring, but they are nothing more than automata or homunculi. Puppets, really. There seemed to be something different about them compared to the normal automatons, though. They seem vaguely Indian, just like this corridor. Why is that? The Ojoguchi does need someone to stand guard at all hours of the day and night, so maybe our enemy thought that marionettes who don't need sleep would be the right for the job. What a ridiculous idea. At any rate, that is definitely the door to the Ooku, so we can't afford to stop now. You there, the attendant with 4 arms. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Please enjoy your... It can talk? Well, aren't you just full of surprises? But I am Kasuga no Subone. I spend my life watching over the Ooku. It will take more than a little song and dance to scare me off now, you bizarre marionette. Now step aside or I'll strike you down where you stand. Yeah. Oh, whoops. It seems this is your lucky day, you monster. I don't have my naginata on me now. Sorry for the trouble, lady part, but do you mind taking over from here? Wait, huh? You can't just spring these things onto me like this. Yep. Seems like she can't fight right now, so Parvati has to come in and fight. Or well, neither of them are gonna fight actually, since I'm just using my own thing. Okay. Uh-huh. Ding. I will do this to increase MP gain and NP strength. And lucky me, I can do a chain. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-dum. Whew. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Sigh, they look so suspicious, and we were about to fight them anyway, so I didn't hesitate to exorcise them, but they never actually attacked us, did they? Now I kind of feel bad. They must have been too scared to fight back after seeing your divine glory, goddess. Oh, and I guess your fate scared them off too, Lady Sesioin. Anyway, now there's no one left to get in our way. Come on, let's go. Master, I suspect you're going to find an even stranger world past that passageway than what you're seeing now. It could be ruled by structures, laws, and theories that are completely different from the ones outside the Ooku. Basically, there's no telling what might happen. Oh yes, this is what a good dungeon crawl should be like. Oh, sorry, I slipped into spectator mode by mistake. I should take a page from Holmes' book when it comes to keeping my cool. Anyway, be careful in there, everyone. This is where the expedition really begins. Act 2, The Audience, Part 1. It's only assassins so far. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because clearly the intent, if I were to guess, is to... Oh, hold on. The intent is to encourage the alter ego use, which I'm guessing is... Yeah, Kiara. It's like, use your Kiara, man. Or, wild idea here, I can use my Murasaki. Much better. Much, much better. Act 2, The Audience, Part 1. Alright. This is the place? Oh my, the door just locked itself behind us. Looks like they have no intention of letting us leave. Fine by me. Let's keep on moving then. This may be mood at this point, but is it really okay for me to be here? Please don't call attention to that. I'm trying my hardest not to think about it. Of course it's against the rules for men to enter the Ooku, but those are bound to change with the times. Besides, there are clearly more important things to worry about right now. In fact, now that I really think about it, this hallway is just like the Ozazuroka we were just in. Sliding doors, the walls, the ceilings, the flooring, the decorative transom. None of it is like the Ooku I know, not one bit. And if this isn't the real Ooku, which it clearly isn't, then I don't have to worry about the rules. In fact, I'll be damned if I do. So there we go. So this is the Ooku. Of course, being a woman of the cloth as I am, I have never seen such a place before, let alone entered one. But I never expected such lurid lighting and intimate quarters, so I can practically feel the dark passion here crowding out the very air itself. In fact, I can't help but notice something sweet rolling about these walls, so thick it all but chokes me. But I suppose that's hardly a surprise. The Oku is a cloistered palace where the press of warm bodies and passions can be felt at all hours, is it not? Oh, no, don't worry. I'm not here to condemn such things. It is after all necessary for the survival of the species. To be alive is to be a slave to the desires of the flesh, you know. Oh no, this isn't normal at all. I'm afraid you have some very, very big misconceptions about the Oku, Lady Seiseoin. The real Oku is nothing like this dim subterranean labyrinth. Yes, it's broad and complex, but it was also clean and spacious and perfectly pleasant. It even had a garden. Besides, the Oku is reserved solely for the shogun's wife and concubines. Its purpose is to ensure a safe place in which to produce an heir to the Tokugawa family. That's why it exists. If you think the shogun simply goes about laying his hands on any woman in the place who happens to catch his eye, like the harems you may have heard about in those other countries, you could not be further from the truth, and I'll thank you not to spread such groundless impressions further. Yeah, I'm gonna have to doubt that, man. Really? That's exactly what I thought it was like, too. Not you too, Lady Par. Seems I need to educate you all on exactly what the Oku is and what it stands for. Fortunately, as the shogun's wet nurse, I'm responsible for his education, so I have plenty of experience teaching all manner of things. Alright. All of you, have a seat. Wait, really? Right now? I'd also be interested in hearing your lecture about the Oku Kasuga no Subone, but I think it'll have to wait. I'm picking up something ahead of you. This is not just something, it's a human. Simple, ordinary human signal. Of all the possible reasons that ran through my mind when I heard that the commotion near the Ojoguchi, I never expected this. It's going to be quite the hassle. You're Lord Matsudaira. Lord Matsudaira Izuno Kami no Nobutsuna. What are you doing here? Let me check the old database here. There. Matsudaira Izuno Kami no Nobutsuna. One of the highest ranked officials in General Iemitsu's shogunate, and one of the 3 key advisors supporting him. He was especially renowned for his vast intelligence, and was called Wise Izu. Oh, no, nothing. We just, the gang just invaded the Imperial Palace, and, yeah, and Fuku wants to convince us that it totally isn't the place where the shogunate just does whatever he wants with his concubines. And now we're meeting up one of the shogunate's generals. I guess he must have been around during this time as well. Indeed he is, though I do get the sense that we haven't seen each other for a long time. A long time? I've never seen you before in my life, woman. Fine then, what if I call you by your childhood name? Lord Choshiro. Even if I do look a little different now, I can't believe you would forget about the woman who raised you. It's me, Fuku, Kasuga no Subone. As hard as it is to believe, seeing your piercing eyes and the way you conduct yourself. It does seem that you could only be Lady Kasuga. Yet another strange occurrence. If anything's strange around here, it's you. What are you doing here? And why do I get the feeling that you look much younger than you're supposed to? Let it just say I have my lord to thank for my new youth. Now, what are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be bedridden. Never mind me. Who is this lord you're serving? If your answer is anything else besides the shogun. Lord Iemitsu, he's not dead, but he's no longer here either. I could not serve him anymore even if I wished to. Thus, I now serve none but the lord of the new Oku here in this new Edo castle. Your services are no longer needed, Lady Kasuga. You're one of Lord Iemitsu's most trusted advisors. How could you be so shameless as to turn your back on him? I know I raised you better than that. You speak nonsense, Lady Kasuga. How can I serve a lord who's no longer here? So, you're talking about Director Gordolf? That Tokugawa? At any rate, you must all be given a proper welcome, but that is a job for the attendants, not myself. Someone, come here. So there are... Me, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't worry, we're just going inside the palace. We're just going inside the palace and fighting all the people here, yeah. Just best, long story short, are you a bad enough dude to rescue everyone in Chaldea from ninjas? These look like they're going to be much more aggressive than those last guards. Please get back, Subone. Six. Ba. No, you missed the joke. Oh wow, sorry. I I didn't get the joke. Oh wait, yeah, you mean Fuku. Oh, okay, yeah. I get you now. Ding. Ba 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 ram. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. Keep yawning, but I don't feel like going to sleep yet. I'm glad that's over with. I can confirm there are no more hostiles nearby, but I'm afraid it seems that man from before is gone as well. Lord Nobutsuna, you were never the most sociable person, but I'm certain you cared for the Shogun just as much as I did. You were his loyal retainer. Why would you do this? At least we know now that whoever's behind this is working with people like that. As a high-ranking shogunate official second only to the shogun himself, he must know all about Edo Castle. And if he's working with whoever's behind this, maybe he knows where Director Gordolf and the others are too. I hope we can get some info out of him the next time we see him. Either way, we'll need to keep making our way through this labyrinth if we want answers. Dice, this is where the real dungeon crawl begins. I know it looks impossible to navigate, but given that someone must have built it, I would be very surprised if I were not some way to determine the correct route. Could be just some kind of idiosyncrasy on part of its creator during the building process, or it could be something they did intentionally. Whichever it is, I want you to keep a close eye on your surroundings so you do not miss it. How many times has she said this is where the real whatever begins? I feel like this is like the third time she said it. Like, how many times is this thing gonna begin? Like, no, now it actually begins. No, now it actually begins. Okay, mouse room. 1 AP, okay. This quest has no battles. The path splits in two. Which way to go? Choose from multiple routes at a junction. Expend an Osuzu paper lantern to execute the quest. The map will be unlocked for the route you choose. You can unlock unselected routes later with another Osuzu paper lantern. Choose your route carefully as you explore the Ooku. Okay. This has no battles. This on the other hand does have a battle. I think I'm gonna ultimately go with this one. For quests that have an item cost, the AP and or items you use to perform the quest will not be expended until you clear the quest's battle. Strengthen your party and test different setups, then challenge the quest again as many times as necessary. Okay. Right. Okay, so what are some okay. As for you, I'm gonna switch you out with the Scotty. Wait, hold on, I went too far. Scotty. Uh-huh. I think better than this. I need to have the Potter suit. There you go. Potter suit, Waver Scotty, Mordred. Should be enough. There's a chilly presence. Something's coming. Three turns. Oh wait, no, this is just battle 1 out of 1. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Oh no, they survived. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it seems I don't have a lantern, so whoops. Alright, so for this corridor, it seems I need to bring in assassins and lancers. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to my old setup. I feel like that just works better. Now back to my handy dandy fragments of 2004. The moment you enter the room, a giant lizard slithers out. Oh boy. Now think about it. I hope those lizard things are demonic, so Murasaki gets a damage bonus against them. Okay, so I definitely know the thing in the middle is demonic, so I think Murasaki can clear these very easily. All right,
こ
all
んな
right.
ところでしょうか。はい。
Act 2, the audience, extra. Wait, hold on. Can I go here? Nope. Doesn't seem like I have the paper lanterns for it. Tokugawa Restoration, Labyrinth. Act 2, the audience, extra. Okay. You're quite the formidable figure yourself, aren't you, Lady Seisioin? Albeit in a way different from Lady Parr. Oh my, whatever would make you say that. I'm just a humble woman of the cloth. Don't be so modest. I know a number of monks with Buddhist names like yours, and you're in a completely different level from them. Be honest, you're actually something of a monk guru, aren't you? I mean, we already have a goddess from India here. At this point, it wouldn't be surprised me if you turned out to be an avatar of the Buddha himself. Buddha, Bodhisattva, oh my head. Me, an avatar of the Buddha? Goodness, no, I'm me. Nothing more, nothing less. Tell me, Lady Kasuga no Subane, why would you think such a thing? Well, it's obvious from everything I've seen so far. You aren't the least bit afraid of those bizarre dolls. You use powers and combat techniques I've never seen before. Even in my wildest dreams, I've never imagined there was anyone in the world who could do the things you can. I guess there's a shady old monk by the name of Tenkai that's part of the Shogun's inner circle. They say he uses some suspicious techniques himself, but I never paid those rumors much attention because, well, they're suspicious. So this is my first time actually seeing evil dispelled with the power of the Buddha. I see, well, the sect to which I belong is quite small and rather unique, so I suppose our techniques must seem ever so unusual to an outsider. Now that I think about it, Tenkai must have been abducted along with everyone else in Edo Castle. I had to think he was supposed to keep the Shogun safe from strange curses and things like that. Well, what's happening right now? Once I've rescued the Shogun, I'll have to whisper, Tenkai must be punished. Tenkai must be punished in his ear while he's asleep. Anyway, having you here really is a big help for us, Kiara. Although, how can she have such a powerful spirit origin without being a proper heroic spirit? And again, there are servants like Assassin Emiya who can't operate in the open. Maybe she was chosen by the counterforce for a similar purpose. At any rate, I know the enemies on this route have been tough, but that must mean we're going the right way. I'm sorry. I'm afraid it's a dead end. Then you mean we fought all this way for nothing? But that route was so hard. I was sure we were onto something. Just as I thought. One cannot walk the path of the Buddha and be free from adversity. I can embrace pain and suffering where needed. But our path here is not one of pilgrimage, but one of Ooku hidden away from the sun. We surely have a long way to go yet. Perhaps for the time being, we should try an easier route. They are sure to have enemies we can more unreservedly enjoy fighting against. Oh, there's another paper lantern. Oh, that's a dead end. Figures. Yeah, that figures. There's a warm presence. The floor is nice and warm and cozy. The Tanuki room. Alright. What does this craft essence do? Okay, quick effectiveness 10%, crit strength 10%, begin battle with MP charged at 40% yourself. It's okay. I think Albert hyped it up too much. Maid servants are waiting inside the room.
アベレージ1の魔術がいかなる
こういうのどうだつまんない連中だな他にやることないの
エレメンタル起動
まあ
Alright.
真なるエーテ我が思いの形ソードパラケルス
Just have Hohenheim wipe the field, and then next turn we just have Murasaki attack.
雲隠れにし余波の月かなそれでまあ
そうですね
薫子は主に詳しくはありませぬけれども心ならば源氏物語葵もののけこんなところでしょう
I think I forgot to have her. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. What I meant to say is that I forgot to give. I think I forgot to give her the third skill of Hohenheim, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. Okay, another paper lantern. Oh, okay, so I unlocked the farming quest here. Loud corridor. Damaged corridor. I'm gonna go with the loud corridor. Something joyfully seems to be inside the room. Yeah. I think it's just better to try to explore every inch of the labyrinth instead of just gunning it to the exit ASAP.
戦闘かなるべく避けたいとじゃこういうのどうだつまんない連中だな他にやることないの
雲隠れにし余波の月かな
歩き毒性
Ba ba ba.
限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける源氏物語葵もののけ
これでも勝ちは勝ちだよな
I don't know, the event seems easy enough so far. Yeah, they did the whole 3-character only thing, I imagine, for challenge, but it's been pretty good so far. Act 2, The Audience, Part 2. Earlier. What is this place? I could have sworn I was just alone in my room, enjoying my weekly ham and sausage feast away from the others. Say nothing of that little animal's prying nose. What's going on? Am I sleepwalking? Is that what this is? Maybe I should have taken Da Vinci's advice and gone for a regular checkup after all. At any rate, I'm the head of Chaldea, the mental support pillar holding up the entire organization by myself. I can't let my staff relax their focus now, not when we're in the middle of a war. I need to head back to my still under construction director's office to make sure we all get out of this alive. All that aside, where am I? Anyway, is this the way out? What? Who are you lot? Stay back. I said stay back, damn it. So that's how it's gonna be, is it? Very well. I have my scrolls and my mystic code. I can fight back handily. Take this. Perplexing Golf Punch. Hey, that actually worked? Damn. Bewildering Golf Punch. Intimidating Golf Punch. Pitiful. They're all far too weak, or perhaps I'm just too strong. All that aside, even I can't quite believe I took care of this many enemies so quickly. Suppose I must have grown more than I realized over the course of this journey. Seems I have awakened the beast within me. Maybe a particularly late bloomer, so late that I almost didn't make it in time, but nonetheless. Oh, so there's still more of you, are there? Don't you realize you're hopelessly outmatched? I have no interest in kicking those who are down, especially when they're already a full lap behind. But if you mean to attack me, then you leave me no choice. I need to get back to the people eagerly awaiting my return. Now move aside, for I am become death, destroyer of you! Yes, I've always wanted to say something like that. Seeing all those puppets attack us without so much of us blinking is kind of creepy, if not downright scary. Yes, it was terrifying how many there were. Lucky for us, they weren't very strong. I agree. I just lost some of my power, but I can still handle these enemies just fine. And since I have all of you helping too, I don't think we'll have any trouble making progress. We could handle 1,000 of them with our hands tied behind our back. Master, may I ask a favor of you? What's up? Weak though these attendants may be, I think it would be better if we didn't destroy any more of them than necessary. I ask this simply because all things, living or otherwise, have value in Buddha's eyes. So you think we should treat everything with respect even if it lacks a soul? I can get behind that. Okay, let's not get carried away and go around destroying any more of them than we have to. No more violence than strictly necessary, got it? You have a kind heart, Lord Dice. I like that very much. Everyone should be sympathetic to those who lack power, regardless of how high they may rank. The fact that you can summon up that kind of sympathy even in circumstances as tense as these speaks volumes for your inner strength of character. I see that you're not merely repeating what you've heard, but truly believe what you say. Yes, I'm very impressed. There's a good boy. Pat pat. Is she treating Master like a child? This is kind of embarrassing, but do keep going. Oh, I'm sorry, force of habit. Long ago, I decided that whenever I praised a child, I would do so with all my strength, and that I would pat their heads whenever I did so. Now it's a habit that's very hard to break. I'm truly sorry if I made you uncomfortable. Don't worry, it was kind of refreshing. At any rate, thank you all for indulging such a selfish request. You really believe in mercy, don't you? I guess you really are as gentle as you look, Kiara. No, it's not that. I simply seek salvation in accordance with my fate. Yes, after all, I feel nothing at all when we destroy these dolls. Not to mention that these attendants were clearly designed by someone for a specific purpose. I cannot let Master down in the face of such an insidious trap. Whatever the one who planned all this is plotting, we mustn't make it easy for them. Alright. Let's keep on going. Because obviously this was just a dead end. Alright, another lantern. Oh wait, it wasn't a dead end? Huh. Interesting. Oh, I mean, I have to go here then. The pillar looks like it has scratch marks. There's animal fur on the floor. Howling can be heard from inside the room. Okay, berserker time. So tried and true. I'm just gonna stick to the old tried and true. A chimera sitting inside the room looking cramped. I mean, it does look very tiny. Very small looking room. At least from what I can see in the map. Can't imagine any large beast would be comfortable.
アベレージ1の魔術がいかなるものかご覧に入れましょう。
じゃあこういうのどうだ。つまんない連中だな。他にやることないの？
雲隠れにし余波の月かな。
エレメンタル
Dun. Ba-ba-bum.
はい。
I think she'll down him with the MP.
限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を縁となしける源氏物語。
Ah, yeah. He didn't got downed.
せーの。えいはっ思いつきました。さらさらさらり。さらさらさらり。
Alright, ba-ba-bum.
はい。
Although I think I could have done it with just normal attacks.
But
now, I wanna go out on style. Alright. A giggling sound can be heard from the corridor. Lots of laughter can be heard from inside the room. Ooh, okay. I think it's fine. It also still includes assassins. Lots of maidservants are sitting inside the room. Okay. Now we go Hohenheim that bomb. The Worm Prince search is completely fucking whack. Yeah, I think the Worm Prince organization could be a bit better. I hope that's one of the things the new update does. Like, give away to, like, sort Worm Prince by, like, weapon specific effects and whatnot. Yeah, just make it easier to search for them, because it has been a bit difficult for me to search for something, especially when I'm like, there are times when I'm just like, okay, wait, what was the name of that one worm print? Like, what kind does it search? Is ability, name, what? I think it's a combination of, like, name and also, like, ability. Like, if you type in axe, then it's gonna bring up every single axe-related worm print you have. But yeah, there are times when you can, like, you should be able to organize it better by effect. Yeah. Well, that being said, I do like that you can actually, like, organize the worm prints, like, in decks. Like, save specific loadouts. Act 2, The Audience, Part 3. Are you sure about this? Oh, that's Kama. Why would you even ask such a boring question? Of course I'm sure. Why do you think I would say otherwise? Forgive me, I could not help but inquire, given what an unusual looking sort they were. You're quite the wary wart, aren't you, Matsudaira? It doesn't matter what someone may be like before they enter this Tokugawa Oku. Once they do, there's only one way forward for them. And I don't just mean physically. I explicitly designed it so one can only proceed by behaving in a certain way. So of course I'm not going to have second thoughts about the innermost chamber I created myself. Yes, my lady. That said, this is a little unexpected. They're not enjoying themselves as much as they're supposed to. Maybe it's because of that romance-addled goody-goody Parvati is there with them. But that's fine, who cares? I sure don't. Anyway, that reminds me, how are things going with the ones I left in your care? I'm afraid it's not been much progress. Is that so? Well, that's okay. Just keep at it till you're satisfied. Still, don't you think it would be faster to cut your losses, crush them, and make them a pillar already? I do not. Appreciate the suggestion, my lady, but I would like to keep trying for a little longer. They are useful as they are now. Hey, I left them in your charge for a reason. If that's what you want to do, go right ahead. Just because I think you're wasting your time on that piece of thrash doesn't mean I'm not rooting for you to succeed. In the end, that is what I am, after all. Which is why I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. Parvati may make me sick to my stomach, but I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't extend a hand to her anyway. Yes, why beat around the bush when there's no need to? I should go out there and greet them as soon as I can. I was trying to search Sister's Day Off and Castle Cheer Corps, and for some reason it chose nothing. Did you try searching by just writing part of the name, like just write Sister or Castle? But sometimes it does show up for me like that. I mean, I guess another way to like search for it is to look up what their effects do on the internet, and then type in like the name of the effect. But I mean, I guess at that point, if you have to like use an external resource, I guess that proves the search function isn't great. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Another battle over. Nice work. They're not stronger than they were before, but still hard to deal with, so many at a time. All their remains are literally starting to pile up. Talk about a critical hit with that last one. See the way its head went flying? Very, very nice. Oh, I'm sorry to ask this, Dice. Could you give me a few minutes? No problem. I did that many times. Yeah, same. Yeah, I also have problems searching for, like, that one specific worm print in, sometimes. Which is bullshit, I imagine is what you're gonna say. Oh my, she appears to be gathering them together so she could pray over them. Seems more goddess-like than ever. Which again is bullshit. Yeah, I knew it. Sorry to keep you waiting. I know these are our enemies and that they're nothing more than automatized familiars. And maybe there's no point in doing this since I know they aren't even alive. But I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try to do something. Isn't that strange? I was a little surprised to see that. Yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, first I defeat them, then I pray for them. Sorry for being so weird. Please, you don't have to apologize for it. I think I speak for Master too when I say I'm just a little curious as to why you did it. Is it because the Buddha resides in all things, living and otherwise? I suppose you could say that's part of it, but it's really much simpler than that. First of all, seeing their heads fly like that got me thinking about my son. Even if they are only dolls, the idea of letting them lie there like that just didn't sit well with me. You were talking about Ganesha, huh? I see. Apart from that, I mostly just feel like it. After all, I'm Parvati, goddess of beauty and benevolence, so of course I would pray for my enemies. Oh, though of course that's not to say I would do that for anyone and everyone. I'm sure you realize this much from our battles so far, but I don't feel the need to pray for them every time. I understand that the enemy would see that as naivety and weakness. But still, when I do happen to feel a desire to be kind to them, I don't want to ignore it. Maybe that really is my naivety and weakness speaking. But even if it is, I think that's an important part of who I am. I'll never forget how you saved me without any ulterior motive back when I was utterly helpless, Lady Par. I'm sure you did so because you weren't able to ignore your kind nature then either. I can tell you how grateful I am for that. Oh, you're welcome. In that case, I pretty much just acted without thinking, but I guess it boils down to that when you put it in words. You're right, I couldn't ignore my desire to help. Important part of who you are, huh? That's true. The greater divine spirit you are, the more unavoidable that problem becomes. To be a deity is to contain multitudes, after all. Put another way, which version of you is here right now? Right, for example, Kali or Durga would never do anything like this. If they didn't crush the dolls' heads and remain beneath their feet, they'd probably wear their remains as trophies. Kali, the god of fury, and Durga, the god of war. I remember someone once told me that they're like different sides of you. I think they also said that your spirit origins may be different, but you all share the same divine core. I see, so the fact that you're like this specifically because you aren't in their spirit origins right now. As you know, I'm manifesting right now via the innate goodness in this girl I'm using as my avatar. That goodness also repels any disposition that can't acclimate to it. So right now, I am just Parvati, and nothing more. Well, there might still be a expression for this sort of thing. Desires. It's like, is this a Persona 5 reference? He's like, no, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, I didn't realize the Persona 5 collab was already coming in early. Yes, this whole place is a palace, and their desires, yeah. All we gotta do is meet up with the palace ruler. Either way, there might still be a tiny bit of that in me, but it's so small that I couldn't worry about it even if I wanted to. But then, doesn't that disposition make it hard for you to fight? That's true, or at least they usually would. And I think the important thing is that I'm still here despite that. And I think the fact that... I think the fact that I'm here, though I'm not well suited for fighting, that I'm here even though I had to borrow part of my husband's power to manifest, I can't help but feel like that means something. There's some sort of reason why I need to be here rather than Durga or Kali. It's significant somehow. Or at least that's how it feels to me. I'm afraid there isn't much else I can say beyond at this point. Of course, I'm sure you would have all preferred I manifested with a side that was a little better at fighting. I know it would make things at least a little easier for all of you if I had. I am sorry about that. I'd take you over them any day. I'm relieved to hear you say that. And I can promise you at least I'll do my best to not get in your... No, I have to think more positively than that. I'll do my best to be as helpful as you can. I want to be sharp and ruthless in battle, not just kind outside of it. Anyway, I don't know how helpful I can be, but I promise you I'm gonna try my best. Osuzu Paper Lantern. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Quiet corridor. Romantic corridor. How big is this place? Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Alright. I think I'm gonna take this one. Quiet corridor. The area is eerily quiet. It's so quiet, the sound of your footsteps is deafening. As if cutting through the silence, the sound of flapping wings can be heard from the corridor. Okay. This is a rider enemy, so there's rather than bringing in Murasaki, who has a disadvantage against rider enemies, I have to bring in a certain someone that would be a bit stronger against riders. And I pick Okita Alter. Whoa, it's a wyvern. Yeah. They said a wyvern. I think this is like a single boss. Yep. Yeah, shit. I should have brought. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just keep thinking to myself, I could have brought Kama now. Actually, yeah, never mind. Okita Alter worked just as well. Dim corridor and stagnant corridor. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Go back in. Okay, so that gave me an extra lantern. Let's see. Stagnant corridor. Dim corridor. Let's go to the dim corridor. It's dark and you can't see ahead. Watch your step. Dim corridor. After walking through the dark for so long, the room's light is blinding. A wolf room. Okay, let's see. You think that the update for Dragalia is gonna have something where you can change what kind of mana gun on some of the characters? I don't think they would go as far as to change the mana caster style. Like, for example, I don't think you'll be able to switch Yoshitsune out of close range style. But here's my prediction. I think they might add more like worm print search features, like more ways to search for the worm prints. Maybe even the ability to like organize worm prints by specific effects, like example effects that work off of force strikes or weapon specific skill damage. or so on and so on and so on, and fix some of the somewhat new character victory animations. What do you mean? So far, I think the only characters that have unique victory animations are every single collab character and the gala characters. I wonder though. What if I just brought Kama here just in case? After reaching the room without issue, you open the door without hesitation, and a wolf lunges at you. A single wolf? Yep. Should have known. Oh, well, shit. I forgot to, forgot to skill up Kama. I forgot to raise her skills. Ah. Another one. Yeah, that would have been 50%. That would have been perfect. Yeah, she's just gonna come up short anyway. Bam, bam.
人説を待つ無辺の光を持って天命を断つ絶剣無休三段喜んでくれますかどうにかなっちゃえ
Please attack Kama so she can get to 70%. Why do I even bother? Nadine and Seimei, they have the spear and stab victory animations, but the weapon is invisible or they're not using it right. I mean, I think I don't know about Nadine, but I know Seimei for sure. He's one of those characters that's supposed to have a unique weapon skin that can't be switched out. That being that his weapon is technically invisible. Cause the thing about Seimei is that his fighting style is supposed to be more like how do I say this? More like it's supposed to be based off the Shikigami he summons. So it's not really like he's fighting with a wand in the traditional sense. It's more like he's just summoning creatures to fight for him. Ah, are you shitting me? Come on.
Hi, hi. いいですよ。どうにかなっちゃえ。どうにかなっちゃえ。こういうの好きでしょ。
Really nice animations here.
中央無尽。
最上に近い勝利だけど、戦う前に勝つくらいでないかな。
Bond level 2. Okay. The stagnant corridor. The air feels heavy in this corridor. Could it be smoke? It does look dark and black. No, yeah, that's what I was trying to say, that Seimei's weapon is supposed to be invisible, because the idea is that even though he's listed under the wand category, he doesn't actually wield a wand. He just summons things to fight for him. The Shikigami, I mean. Yeah, that's actually how he's supposed to be like. Like, it's not a glitch or anything, it's just legit how he's designed. The smoke seems choked with evil. It's hard to breathe. Lancer servants, huh? Actually, wait, before I continue, I think it's better to go here and level up her skills. Okay, so this, all it levels up is just the restore HP, so we're not touching that. This, on the other hand, boosts is the attack boost, so definitely. Ba-bum. Okay, I'm gonna raise this because the third skill is definitely the most important. Okay, some pretty easy materials so far. I have all the materials. Really, the bigger problem is really the QP, but that's just all servants. Like, the biggest challenge is hearts, which I have in excess, and lamps, which I don't really need. There's barely anyone wants lamps. Barely anyone that interests me, that is. I guess I could raise this to level 4. Yeah, I think I'll take it to level 4 at least. Nah, no more. Now, Lancers, weak to Sabers. I need to switch these guys out. For, let's see, you and you. It's a runaway horse. Wait, what? What? A horse? And it was Lancers, right? What? Oh, okay, it's that weird thing that drops the horns. Okay, so just gonna boost up Suzuka's NP.
マジ上がれ。
Okay. Okay, are you male?
いいじゃんいいじゃん。
Guess not.
見せ。はいはい。宗師枕を紐解けば音に少し大統領文術剣大神道恋愛葉っぱ天気雨。よっ。うざいっつうの。
Dun, dun, dun.
最上に近い勝利。戦う前に勝つく
Yeah, the game seems to like hyped it up like, oh, it's gonna be super hard. You won't spend your stamina until you actually beat it. But I don't know. I'm so far not having a hard time. I mean, I guess I've been playing this game since it launched in English, so I guess the challenge wasn't really intended for me. Maybe it was intended more for people that were less prepared, I would say. The eerie corridor. The floorboards are covered in patches of mold, revolting. There are scurrying sounds coming from the ceiling. Could it be mice? I hope not. Mice make everything worse. Okay. Bring in Murasaki. And Hohenheim. The ceiling suddenly collapses and a giant lizard falls through. A giant lizard? What? Oh, that thing. Okay. Now we got this.
ではどうしよう。
Pretty sure it counts as a demon, so this will be very useful.
エレメンタル希望ある気毒性
それが良いかと。限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を縁となしける源氏物語。
I survived.
せーの。
Wait, hold on.
土よ
Okay, good.
最
I
上
thought I was gonna live for a bit there.
戦う前に勝つくらいで負ける。
The chilling corridor. Okay, what about Nadine's victory? She just thrust the top of her phone to the screen like the other spear users do. I'm not sure about Nadine though. Maybe she's like another unique weapon type, like Seimei. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I don't really use Nadine that much. I mean, to be fair, I think I only got her very recently, so. And I already have a lot of great fire characters, so it's not like I was super motivated to level her, but yeah. Yeah, just to So cold and yet there's chill in the air. So yeah, I don't know how much about Nadine is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm unfamiliar in using her. You're getting goosebumps. Chilling corridor again? Your body's trembling. Let's get out of here quick. You try to jog through the corridor, but a pale monster crawls out of a crack in the wall. Ew. But hopefully it's just... Oh, wait, hey, wait a minute. This is just a recolor of what I just fought.
こういうのどうだ？つまんない連中だな。他にやることないの？
Next Dragalia stream. Technically, I want to say tomorrow. And I mostly say it tomorrow because of the live stream that's going to go on that I'm going to be watching, well, on stream. But I'm not sure if the game's going to be online by then. I think the game's going to be during a super maintenance. I hope not, because I definitely want to play a bit before the stream officially starts. So, yeah. Yeah, Okay.
ここはこれこれこのように
So yeah, tomorrow, if Dragalia isn't in the middle of the super duper turbo maintenance, I'll definitely do it. If not, then, well, I'll do one, but it'll be more about the live stream itself rather than the main. Rather than the game. Terrifying corridor, and the wall is heavily damaged. It looks like a serious fight happened here. There are small and big scratches. Okay, so there's a berserker fight. Yeah, I have no reason to change this. Seems like the best option in my opinion. A wolf carcass was lying on the side of the corridor, but then a chimera appeared behind you. Okay, you know what to do, Murasaki. Go get him. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. That should be fine. Should be is an easy one turn as well. Ah, no, it's not an easy one turn at all. I probably should have combined Hohenheim's MP with Murasaki. That would have been a sure kill.
カオル子は主に詳しくはありませぬ。けれども心ならば源氏物語葵物分けこんなところでしょうか。はい。
Hey, Alright, front of the big room. A loud moaning sound can be heard from the room ahead. Should we really interrupt that? I don't know, it sounds like something we shouldn't interrupt. Dog room. Act 2, the audience. Part 4. What is this place? It's a very spacious room, although from our perspective, it's difficult to say where the hallway ends and the room begins. Right, the only partitions here are those incredibly flimsy sliding doors, and they are certainly not proper walls. I do not know how one would go about keeping research results safe with a floor plan like this. I find Japanese architecture fascinating, but also incomprehensible. All that aside, this does look like it's a special room. I'm sure it does not need to be said, but just to be clear, the original Ooku didn't have any rooms like this. Who does the culprit think they are, chasing it around any which way they... Who goes there? I have to ask that you let me handle this lady, Kasuga no Subone. I think she's an acquaintance of mine. Oh, there she is. The tiny terror herself. I guess I am. Long time no see, Parvati. Don't worry, you're still welcome here, no matter how much I hate you. Praise be our stupid reunion. Joy to these ridiculous salutations. Seems like both of us have seen better days, doesn't it? Is she the same person as Par? Yeah, she is. I'm just as shocked as you are. Never thought she'd be using the same human for an avatar as I am. Must be a long history behind how she got like this. She must have left a very checkered fate on the world too. You already taken the half that was in the sunlight, so the other shadowy half was still up for grabs. It's wonderful how you ignored such glorious, fateful connection. I have to commend you for that. If only... I would hurry up and die already. Just looking at myself all filled with light like that makes me sick. This reading, there's no mistaking it. She's a divine spirit pseudo-servant. And on top of that, the fact that she knows Parvati must mean she's from the Indian pantheon. That's right, she's a divine spirit. Her name is Kama. Kama, also known as Kamadeva, the Indian god known of love who wields the bow and arrow of lust. That's me. You know what my most famous story is? The one where I end up in a world of pain thanks to a certain romance-addled goddess. I guess I can't blame you for being upset about that. Even if it was my husband who did it, I'm still terribly sorry about what happened to you. At any rate, what are you doing here? You have something to do with what's happened to the Ooku? Another boring question. But I guess that's just my lot in life, given what kind of god I am. Fine, the Ooku is a den of lust and decadence where women compete to see who can best win the king's favor. You really have to ask how a god of love could have something to do with it, changing into something that better represents its lascivious nature. You have the entirely wrong idea about it too. The Ooku couldn't possibly be further from a lascivious den of... Sorry, Subone. You have every right to be angry, but please save the lecture for later. Now I see. Well, that's okay. If you want to help yourself to any other weak, pointless, insignificant leftovers, it's no skin off my nose. Sooner die than to be reduced to living inside Parvati myself. But hey, you do you. Anyway, now that I think about it, I decided I'll properly answer your question after all. Of course, I'm involved with this Ooku. It's mine. Can't you tell I made it? I used a very special ingredient to knead it into just the right shape. I know you're still only on the first floor, but tell me, what do you think so far? You really got off on it, didn't you? No, I did not, at all. Those attendants may be lifeless puppets, but they're still good enough to make you forget Fuze Shokai, the commandment not to kill. You should have known that it's okay to kill them, that you should kill them. I was sure you would enjoy it. How disappointing to know that you are either unwilling or unable to accept my gift. Who are you anyway? I could tell you weren't on my guest list, but I don't know anything else about you. Me? Why, I'm just an ordinary servant. No more than a nameless nun of such insignificance as to be beneath your attention. I am fortunate to be here now thanks to the contract Lord Dice so kindly struck with me. But that could expire at any time, and I would vanish much like stardust. Well, never mind the guest list. I don't like that you're here, but I can accept it all the same. Excuse me. Did you really make this Ooku yourself? Because that would make you the source of this singularity. Does that mean you're also the one who lured everyone else from Chaldea here? Where is everyone? Oh, be quiet. You'll find all that out if you just shut up and keep moving. That idiocy of yours is just wonderful. What a hassle. Alright, I suppose I can at least say this. Everyone you think was taken from you belongs to me now. I control whether they live or die. What's that? You want the freedom? Do I really have to spell out something so obvious for you? Wow. Of course, you could free them if you can make it all the way to the Oku's lowest floor. Theoretically, anyway. That's why it doesn't matter what I say. You don't have any choice besides trying to make your way down. Now, let me tell you about the welcome wagon I prepared for this room. I guess you can't really get people going unless you destroy just the right thing, huh? How degenerate of you. I'm picking up a much bigger hostile reading than anything we've seen before. Be careful. I'll be honest, I don't actually want to kill any of you. All I want is for you to stay here in this Ooku forever. All I want for you is to get off over and over as you wander around this den of decadence and pleasure. Then why are you having the attendants attack us? Heck, you're doing it right now. I guess you could say that's all part of the fun. Let's just say that you could end up dying if you don't stick to the routine they expect. Don't worry, I'll take full responsibility if that happens, even if it's a huge pain in the ass. You're still not giving us a straight answer. Why do you even want to keep us wandering around this Ooku forever anyway? Don't you know how nobody wants to date a woman who asks too many questions? Oh wait, you think you're safe because you got married while you were still young and hot. Well, bully for you. Anyway, why don't you all enjoy yourselves with this little beauty for now? I just came here to check up on you, so I won't be joining in the fun. I mean, how would it look for the proprietor of fine entertainment establishment to enjoy yourself with the guests right as they walk? No, wait, stop. As they walked in the door. Not that I really care about that. Anyway, if you want to play with me that badly, you'll have to keep going deeper and deeper. Don't keep me waiting for too long. Kama, get back here! Looks like we'll need to do something about this before we can keep going. I find this all rather distasteful, but I suppose if there's no other way forward, then I have no choice. It really is quite frustrating, having to do such back-breaking labor on behalf of someone else. I suppose now I understand how those people who constantly go on about being averse manual labor must feel. Alright, time to fight what I assume is another big ghost. Yep, there we go. A lot of defense ups though. What's all this about? So yeah, just basic defense ups, okay?
では
雲隠れ西余波の月かな。
エレメンタル起動ある気毒性
Okay.
え
Okay, just chain, so we just got a chain.
限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける。源氏物語青いもののけ。せーの。 思いつきました。さらさらさらり。
Oh, what? Ah, just a little more and she would have made it back to 98%. Okay, oh well.
さらさらさらり。
Okay.
その点
Defense boost to everyone.
まあ、ええ、はい。限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける。源氏物語青いもののけ。
There you go. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay. I want to MP, so I'm gonna have to give this to Hohenheim.
エレメンタル
And have him cast his MP.
まあ
真なるエーテ我が思いの形騒動はらける犠牲が少なかったそれでも勝利
Alright, I feel like that was meant to be harder than it was, but yeah. Pay it no mind. Just keep moving. The hostile entities have been eliminated, but I'm afraid we let Kama get away. It's too bad, huh? Well now, what's this? It looks quite... Benning. That's an in-row. A pillbox used as identification. And those three hollyhock leaves are the Tokugawa crest. The attendant dolls you have been seeing here are a type of familiar that Kama put together. Since that pillbox was inside of them, we should probably assume it was the catalyst used to create the ghostly attendant. Is the pillbox glowing? What happened to the Shogun? Everything he says sounds like utter nonsense to me. Shh, till we finish till someone hears that. Along with the old dog lover Shogun himself. You can't say things like that. The Shogun cares more about dogs than he does about his people, after all. Really? Is that what they think of me? Am I in the wrong? I was just doing what I thought was right. I thought people are supposed to be kind and compassionate. Please, don't look at me like that. You all kiss up to me, but I know what you say about me behind my back. It hurts. Is there no one who understands me? It's alright. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It's wonderful that you love animals so much. You have nothing to worry about, nothing to fret over. I understand you. I'm the only one who does. That's why I love you. I love how compassionate you are. I always will. Did anyone else hear that? Is something wrong, Master? I see, you were just hearing voices? I'm afraid we didn't hear anything ourselves, and there isn't anything in the log either. I'll just worry about the pill box for now then. I hope you don't mind if I open it. Looks like it's empty. No, wait, there's something inscribed in it. I think it's the owner's name. Tsunayoshi? There's an entry for that name in our database. It looks like that's the name of the 5th Tokugawa shogun. The 5th? But the current shogun is the 3rd Tokugawa, Lord Iemitsu. Let me explain. To make a long story short, we members of the Indian goddesses entourage are all goddesses ourselves, so we happen to know a little bit about what happens in the future. Tsunayoshi is Iemitsu's 4th son. Apparently he goes by Tokumatsu as a child. One of the shogun's children, you say? Well, that's just wonderful. That must mean that the Tokugawa family will continue to preserve peace in Japan in the future. It's the best news I've heard in years. Now I can truly rest in peace. Although, what's a pillbox belonging to a future shogun doing here? Good question. Just because it has his name on it does not necessarily mean it belonged to him. Let me take a closer look. This pillbox, there's something spiritual contained within it. Furthermore, it's packaged in a way that limits its attributes. This may be a real find. What do you mean? I mean, we can easily use it for ourselves. If we pair it with an output device, we should be able to have it manifest Magecraft. Specifically, we can install it in Dice's Mystic Code and use it to rearrange Mystic Code's capabilities. Are you sure that's safe? It may have a particular inclination, but it's essentially nothing more than pure magical energy. There's no sign that it has been tampered with, so I think we should be able to make effective use of it. So what do you think? It could give you more ways to tackle this Ooku expedition. It'll help us save everyone. There's a no-brainer. Okay, then let's do it. It's human nature to try new things after all. Alright, hang on while I figure out how to install it. I'll tell you how to do so once I'm done. There you go. You did it perfectly, just as I calculated. You're very good with your hands, aren't you, Lady Sion? My area of expertise is the mind and spirit, so I'm very impressed. This Ooku is positively bristling with traps, just like a puzzle box. Anything that can help keep Master safe is wonderful in my book. Well done, truly. Alright then, what do you say we keep going? Now that we know that girl is the one who turned my Ooku into this, all we have to do is find her and defeat her. I understand she's an acquaintance of yours, Lady Parr, but she's still my enemy. I can't go easy on her even if I wanted to. Don't worry about holding back on my behalf. I'm sure you figured this out by now, but she isn't exactly fond of me. I can't blame her for that, seeing as how what happened to her is Shiva's and my fault. But I do think Indra and the other gods deserve some blame for fanning the flame. I mean, never mind that. No matter what she went through in her past, that doesn't give her the right to hurt innocent people who had nothing to do with it. We can't let her get away with this. I don't know what her true goal is, but we have to stop her if we're going to rescue everyone from both Edo Castle and Chaldea. Right. Although, she really does have everyone's lives in the palm of her hand, that's going to make things very difficult. For the moment, I guess we do not have a choice but to take her at her word and make our way to the bottom floor. We did say she wanted us to wander around this Ooku forever, so I'm sure the labyrinth is only going to become even harder to navigate from here on. I'm sorry to ask you to take on such a difficult mission, Master, but we're counting on you to rescue everyone. I'll do my best, I promise. Alright, that said, there's still something bugging me about Kama. Me too, but at least in regards to that, I don't think it'll come up again soon. I just hope it isn't related. What should be related? Anyway, yes, we should get going. I'm sure we still have a very long road ahead of us after all. Damn, I've been here for like almost 3 hours and I'm still like not even halfway through my stamina bar. I mean, not complaining or anything, just surprised by how long this is taking. Thought it was going to be something short. Just do a bit of this here, wrap up stamina, then move over to Princess Connect. Oh well. Master skills become Inro skills. You will receive an Inro, a pillbox decorated with the Tokugawa crest of the 3 holy hawk leaves. At certain points in the Tokugawa Restoration Labyrinth Ooku story, once you have an Inro, master skills will be changed to Inro skills. Although Mystic Codes' master skills cannot be used, Mystic Code EXP gained through battle will be applied to the Mystic Code you have equipped. Okay. So basically, this is just another way to increase the difficulty. This corridor is magnificently crafted. You just want to admire it forever. Elegant corridor. The gold decoration on the Fusuma is elegant and beautiful. Could this room be for someone important? The butterfly room. Interlude, The Truth of Materials, Part 1. Huh? There's something on the floor here. What is it? Looks like a Hanafuda card. I don't really know anything about them myself, though. It's a butterfly. Is that anything like Karuda? I've seen the Ooku residents and attendants playing that before. It's no surprise that they might have dropped one of their cards. Wait, Sion is cocking her head. Is there something strange about the card? No, it's just an ordinary card. It has nothing to do with the expedition, but its parameters are also not stable. They are constantly shifting around. It's as if there's some sort of black box component to this card that makes it impossible to analyze. You mean it's the same? What are you talking about? I mean, is it behaving the same as everything over your heads and beneath your feet? The very Ooku labyrinth you're currently traversing. Obviously, the fact that it's giving off the same readings as the Ooku means that the card is also part of the Ooku. Unfortunately, I do not have any more information to go on at this time. Still, I do not think it poses any danger, and it's very well intriguing that it would behave this way, so please hang on to it. If you find any similar samples, then I should be able to conduct a more thorough analysis. Roger that. Well, I can't complain too much as long as they're getting their work done, but it's still only right that they pick up after themselves when they're done. I can't understand if they didn't realize they dropped it or they just forgot to pick it up. But once they find the culprit, they're still going to get an earful. Oh yes, I'm happy to be the bad guy if it will keep the Ooku dignified. All that aside, I'm a little surprised we would never have pictured the Ooku residents playing card games before. Well, of course they did. If they could never leave or have any fun, that would make it a prison, not a home. The women who lived in the Ooku were free to keep dogs, cats, and birds, sing songs, play the kodo, have tea, hold hanami, tsukimi parties. There was plenty of entertainment to go around. Of course, in this fake, gloomy underground Ooku, there wouldn't be any way to hold a hanami or tsukimi party, wouldn't there? Now I'm absolutely livid all over again. Come on, everyone. The sooner we get to the bottom of this accursed fake Ooku and save the Shogun, the better. Hanafuda. And another paper lantern. Shredded corridor, fluffy corridor. Let's go to the fluffy corridor. The corridor has a springiness that feels just the right step. There's nobody inside the room, but there is something that looks like a bird's nest. Okay, berserkers. Okay. You open the door and a big chicken rushes to you, snapping at your neck. Yep, biting a giant chicken. this do? Okay. Doesn't matter.
それが良い。
エレメンタル起動
Okay.
お見せしましょ
This makes the most sense to me.
う真なるエーテ
Have Hohenheim attack first, and then wrap up Murasaki.
荒ける
限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける源氏物語青いもののけ
そういえばホムンクルスの素材が足りませんでしたね。
Okay, seems like I chose right. Okay. Smelly corridor. Dazzling corridor. There's an inexplicably foul odor wafting through. It appears to be an intense smell of a beast. A rider enemy, huh? A rider. I think I know what to do to you. Where's my single? Where are my assassins? Ooh, okay, wait. You know, I think I have a better idea. I'm gonna use this guy. Izo. Yeah, that's fine. A fierce beast was kept inside the room. Shishimaru.
ではエレメンタル起動歩き独占
Papa. Ooh, nice. Crit Star Gatorade. This increases crit strength. This is for crit strain. Okay, definitely want this too. I said it's gonna be. This guy is gonna be great. Ooh. Can never get enough of that MP. Okay, so that wasn't the right doorway at all. A shiny mirrored corridor. How much polish did it take to make it so shiny? It's so shiny, it's blinding. Let's be careful not to slip. Light floods out the room. What in the world? Okay, assassin. Tried and true. The room was full of maidservants in flashy outfits. Oh, I get it flashy because they're very bright, right? Okay. I think this should be fine.
限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける源氏物語青いもののけさらさらさらり
ではどうしよ
Okay.
それが良いかと
オーセロと
限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける源氏物語青いもののけ
最上に近い勝利戦う前に勝つくらいの負け
It looks like newly restored corridor. New wood smells nice. Whew. Yeah. To be honest, I'm also getting really tired. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to. I don't think I'll be able to do the Princess Connect event. Kind of a shame. A big koi fish is painted on the Fusuma. Interlude: The Truth of Materials. Part 2. A rider, huh? I think I want to use that servant. Whew. At least my stamina bar feels like it's finally coming to an end. I mean, I like playing FGO and all, but damn, man. Gonna need a rest at some point. Oh, it's actually boosted her attack. Interesting. Actually, think about it. I could have just brought Kama, and I think the damage bonus would have been enough to kill him. Oh well. Order of Compassion to the Living. I mean, I don't know. Let's say yeah. Let's say that is what I want to do. Barely did damage.
本気で行くぞ。
では歩き毒性エレメント
Okay.
そういうことか。ああ。はっ。魔人の魔は真っ二つの魔。
Come on. Ah, MP down. That's so unfair.
つまらん。
あ、行こう。
無駄だ。
魔人の陣は二陣切りの陣。
Boom. There we go.
そういえばホムンクルスの素材が足りませんでしたね。
Yeah, I like how Okita's alters idle animation is just her trying to stay awake. Now that's a mood if I ever seen one. The giant ghost has been eliminated. Great work, everyone. So there was one of those here too, huh? Looks like these giant ghosts serve as gatekeepers of a sort. Hmm? It's happening again. I know this sort of thing happens sometimes during wars, but he's still just a child. At this rate, Harai Hakuseki and Manabe Akifusa will be able to do whatever they want with the government. That little boy, the shogun, what a joke. He's a figurehead, nothing more. Oh, what's wrong? Did someone say something mean to you? It's not your fault you're still so young. Whoever said that should know better. No one else may love your youth, but I do. I promise. Now, what would you like to play? I'm up for anything. I guess I'm the only one who heard that. It's another pillbox. Let's see. This one has Ietsugu written inside. As I suspected, the database says that the name was another future shogun. Looks like Ietsugu was the 7th in the Tokugawa lineage. The 7th, you say? So he was Lord Iemitsu's great-grandson. I see. Tell me, what was his reign like? This is awful. I can't possibly tell her that he became the shogun when he was still a small child, only to die just a few years later. Ahem, goddesses, we cannot go around telling others what the future has in store without a very good reason. That could create all sorts of problems. Yeah, like people start disappearing and whatnot, like in Back to the Future. So I hope you'll understand that we cannot answer that question. Oh, I see. If you know what's gonna happen before it happens, it would throw off everything that's supposed to happen, right? That's fine then. I don't need to hear it more. Just knowing that the Tokugawa line continues on is enough for me. Everything that's supposed to happen, huh? She knows nothing about magecraft or modern history, but you can still sense the past, present, and future all connected. She does have quite an eye for the bigger picture. I can see why she left such an indelible mark on history. But it's also very sad. Her final moments must have been dreadfully painful. Anyway, this new pillbox might have been able to give us some new functionality, just like the first one. Let's try it out. Acquired. 7th Shogun, Tokugawa Iegutsu's Inro. Oh, 3 ways. Huh, interesting. Well, this is obviously a dead end. I'm not sure about this. Maybe the... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. The Restless Corridor. Is the floor slightly tilted? The corridor feels a bit unsettling. A screeching sound can be heard from inside the room. Okay. Berserker. Right. I think I just gotta go with Hokusai. Monkeys were playing inside the room. Ooh ah ah. Hey, wait a minute, that's just one. I heard monkeys in plural, but it's just the one. Yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed.
ある気毒性エレメンタル
たしたりひょんなものだ。本そじりしたそうか。本中知りエッジリベース富岳36系神奈川沖波浦すさび超こざいな。わらわらとふるめきな。
あなたには理解できないでしょう。
Okay, so definitely it was the one up here. Enthralling, exhilarating corridor. This is supposed to be the last area of this floor. Let's hurry through. A familiar presence can be felt from inside the room. Now what could it be? The rabbit room. Okay, so assassin, so obviously let me pick Murasaki. The maidservants were redoing their makeup and waiting inside the room. Hey, wait a minute. You mean to tell me this is the wrong one too? Oh man. So that one that I thought was wrong was actually the right one. Okay.
他にやることじゃこういうのどうだ
雲隠れ虫余波の月かな。
エレメンタル起動。
それが良いかと。限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を淵となしける。源氏物語青いもののけ。
つまん連中だな他にやることないの
さらさらり。
Bam, bam, bam. And that takes care of that.
カオル子は主に詳しくはありませぬ。けれども心ならば源氏物語青いもののけ。
最上に近い勝利だけど戦う前に勝つくらいでないかな。
Oh wait, no, this was the right room. Oh, never mind then. The sleepy corridor. You're getting tired, but just a little more. Keep going. That's a mood if I've ever seen one. A sleepy growl can be heard from inside the room. Let's see. This is a caster, right? A caster room. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, just gonna go with Okita Altar. Tried and true. There you go. And Ryoma for the first slot. Can't you see this is futile? Tajima no Kami, just give up already. My answer remains no. I see reducing yourself to becoming a servant has done nothing to make you less stubborn. What happened to you, Lord Nobutsuna? You were once one of the Shogun's most trusted advisors. How could you turn your back on Tokugawa and lower yourself to aiding this madness? You should be ashamed. I can understand why you would say that, Lord Munenori, given that you taught Shogun Iemitsu in the ways of war. That's all in the past now. Lady Kama is a god. She has already toppled the Tokugawa shogunate, and we have no hope of defeating her. It's natural that the losers swear allegiance to the victor. Lady Kasuga may have known war in her lifetime, but she has never gone to battle herself. She could never hope to understand. There are times when victory is simply not possible. That is part of war. You fought in the battles of Sekigahara and Osaka, Lord Munenori. Surely you can understand. Of course, I know too well of what I speak. I witnessed the hell that was the Shimabara Amakusa rebellion myself. That's a great many words to say that you went over to the enemy's side once you thought you could not win. What else could I have done? Only a fool would defy the gods or the Buddha. Lord Munenori, I have nothing but the highest respect for your skill with the sword and for your leadership. That is why I've gone out of my way to offer you a role in this new government. It is only through my request and Lady Kama's good graces that you still remain here. If she so wishes, Lady Kama could use her spells to rob you of your mind and force you to be an attendant, as she has done with a number of other servants. But I would much prefer you agree to join us of your own volition. There's nothing else to say. I'll never yield my sword, and I'll never wield my sword in service of Tokugawa's enemies. If this old body of mine impedes your way, then behead me and be done with it. Report. Guests have invaded the floor. What will you have us do? You dare speak to me with so much as bowing your head? Insolent doll, these puppets are useless. Why did you kill her? You saw how rudely she spoke to me? I merely gave her what she deserved. I know that you're thinking. Of course I know it is folly to expect matters from marionettes. Which is why I wish to only keep those who do not know their matters by my side. Only keep those who do know their matters by my side is what I meant to say, yeah. My patience can only last so long, Tajima no Kami. I hope you will choose wisely before you become part of the Oku yourself. Trust me when I say that no amount of Zen alone will help you endure that forever. Man. There's someone there. Matsudaira Nobutsuna. Was it? I see your face is as bereft of joy as ever. How very dull. Of course, people like that are usually the most fun to save, but I don't see a great deal of opportunity for salvation here. More's the pity. It's reading. Master, look at what's behind Nobutsuna. Is he melting into the pillar? Hello, Master. I'm afraid they caught me by surprise. I would bow my head in apology if I could, but I'm afraid I cannot even manage that right now. I'm sorry you had to see me like this. Lord Munenori, how did they trap a man of your skill? Why didn't you use your vaunted Shinkage Ryu you're always going on about? Do you know how excitedly the Shogun would talk about your Shinkage Ryu was the strongest in the world? How can you ever face him again? Are we mad? Alright, I look like Lady Par now, don't I? It's me, Fuku, Kasuga no Subone, head of the Oku. Ah, Lady Fuku. Why do you look like that? How strange. Yeah, strange. There really is no better word for it. Let me tell you what I learned from my analysis. That person you see over there is undoubtedly Yagyu Tajima no Kami Munenori, a saber with ties to Chaldea. But at the same time, he's also giving off the same reading as one of the Oku's pillars. Oh yes, and it's not just him. If we assume the same is true for everyone else, then everything adds up. Where did the people of the Edo Castle go? What happened to Chaldea's staff and servants? The only possible answer is they were used as materials to build the Oku. What? That's horrific. This giant magecraft structure was almost certainly made by using others' life force as construction material. While there's maybe differences of degree in their destiny, both humans and servant alike could be used as more or less identical building blocks. Then that would mean that the people in Edo Castle and Chaldea were not abducted after the Salred was built, but rather that they were abducted in order to create it in the first place. I will give you credit for figuring all that out. You are mistaken about one thing. Not everyone who was abducted was used to build the Oku. I am told Lady Kama is keeping some souls that lack physical form on the bottom floor. I see that she wasn't lying when she said we would need to make our way to the bottom floor to rescue everyone. And to what do we owe the pleasure of your kindness in being so forthcoming? Lady Kama has entrusted me with ensuring nothing happens to the Oku. So if I wish to stop you from stripping it of every panel, I have to tell you that doing so will not let you rescue everyone you seek. It's my job to ensure that the Oku's atmosphere is preserved. Cannot have you wrecking it needlessly. Not to worry, we would never do anything like that. There would be no point in bringing back these resources without their associated qualia. But if we can analyze the spell this Oku's construction rests on, then I should be able to reverse engineer it and restore everything to normal. Alternatively, if we take the simpler route and remove the spell's caster, Kama, I presume, from the equation, that should result in the Oku's destruction. Either way, we still need to get down to the bottom floor. Of course, we'll save everyone eventually, but Yagyu needs our help right now. He certainly does, since he has not yet fully become part of the Oku. There's still a chance he can be extracted. I cannot promise anything, but as long as I can properly analyze him, I think our odds are pretty good. Preserving the Oku's atmosphere, that's supposed to be a joke? Even putting aside this bizarre and obscene interior decorating, what kind of atmosphere is there to preserve when you're beating people in pillars like Lord Munenori there? For that matter, having that broken attendant doll just lying there seems to be doing plenty of damage to the atmosphere on its own. Ah yes, you're right about that. I should not have left it there after I punished it for its insolence. It would seem even I am not immune to the decadent pleasures of sanctified murder. That said, it's not a warrior's job to clean up a mess. I'll have the maids take care of that. It's another giant ghost. Be careful, everyone. The fault of this lies entirely with me, Master. Please go on and forget about me. We have to save him. Well, I still need to run a detailed analysis, but I can tell you now that you should not just try to yank him out. Alright, you can get close enough to examine him. That'll help me collect more precise data. Parvati, would you like to focus on Yagyu first and foremost? Got it. Does that mean I will be fighting this ghost by myself? I'll back you up as best as I can. Oh my, I never thought I'd receive such enthusiastic show of support from you, Master. Why, since becoming a servant, this may be the first time I've experienced pleasure from serving my master. Oh my, what to do? This is so novel. I think I may be getting excited. Excited to battle? Okay, let's fight. Data. Oh boy. Yeah, it's already past midnight while I was reading that. Again. That's the team I wanted. Yeah, I gotta skip the story because I already read through all this.
一気火星に滅ぼしてくれ。やるぞマスター。
あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだよ。ではよし。
本気出してしまうか。本気で行くぞ。
How long does this last? 3 turns.
あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだよ。
お嬢さんの真の力が目覚める。
そいつはありがたい。そいつはめや。
まとめてぶっ飛ばす。
Let's see, how much can I raise for him?
行け。
お嬢さん。
任せる。
Okay. I can do that, I can do that. Oh wait, this is 1 turn. Shit, I forgot. Oh well. Ba ba bum, ba ba bum. How's it going over there? I'm sorry, it's taking longer than we thought. Looks like there are a bunch of steps we have to follow, even with my divine powers. Okay, that goes there, this goes here. Sorry for this binding spell. If we reverse it. Well, damn, I'm afraid every one of my thought processes has come to the same conclusion. There's nothing we can do to save him right now. What do you mean? Do you figure something out? My analysis tells me that we lack the right tool. You know how you cannot electrolyze water unless you also have electricity? This is just like that. I can see a way that we can separate Yagyu from the pillar, but we don't actually have the resource for it. It's not simply a matter of magical energy. We need something with an affinity for this Ooku. How are we supposed to find something like that now? Is there anything we can use as a substitute? Trying to figure out every parameter I can on anything I can find, but honestly, there's no telling when I'll find something suitable. Could be a moment from now, could be tomorrow. Well, we don't even know if Yagyu can hold out that long. I already told you, just leave me. We're not going anywhere without you, my man. What's this? Something is really hot. I think it's the card you found, Lady Par. Yeah, the Hanafuda card. You're right, it is. Why did it grow so hot all of a sudden? Stop the presses. We can convert that Hanafuda card into pure energy. It even has the Ooku affinity we need. That's what we're calling it now. By the way, I've just decided that. We can use this affinity to figure out exactly where the Ooku circuits are. Its workings are still a black box to me, but who cares as long as we can use it to get where we need to go. Then you mean we can totally do this. All you have to do is use that card as the spell's power source. Understood. Great, you got him out. And looks like his spirit origin is still intact. Once we get these shackles off him, he should be back to his old self. They seem to have things well in hand over there, too. It's been great fun being with you like this, Master, but I think it's time we wrap this up and... Oh. Look out, the giant enemy ghost just changed its target. It's coming after you, Parvati. You need to... Yagyu? You can't. Your sword's still under a different spiritual lock. It won't take us much longer to get it out. Please, you don't need to do this. Not to worry. The Shinkage Ryu is not the only tool I possess. What? What? Did he just catch that Naginata blade with his bare hands? Whoa, that's a teaching called Mutotori, isn't it? Amazing, I wish I could have seen it in person. Oh yes, it was incredible. That must be the quintessence of the Otome Ryu. I see now why outsiders were not permitted to witness it. Oh, how truly marvelous. You really must teach me sometime. For now though, you really should have known better than to let your attention wander to another woman while I'm still right here before you. But since you were kind enough to leave me with such a wide opening, I'll just have to go ahead and take advantage of it. Now off to the heavens with you. What a pleasant surprise this turned out to be. Even my parched throat is taken aback. This is what it means to be hoisted by one's own petard. If you had forgotten your attempts to win me over and made me into a pillar right away, all my resistance would have been for naught. Yes, regrettably, the nickname of Wise Izu gave me more credit than I am due. But this is not a matter of public-facing politics, so I feel no shame in my conduct. At any rate, now that you have escaped your bonds, I am under no illusion that I could best you with my sword. So I think I'll take this opportunity to make a peaceful retreat. Wait, what is it you're after? What does Kama want? Why have you been turning people and servants into materials to build this Ooku? I do not know, nor do I care to. All I care about is serving my lord faithfully. He does not seem to be lying, so I guess we're still in the dark regarding to Kama's goal. One thing we do know is that this Ooku has become a full-blown singularity. If we don't do something about it, it could lead to the collapse of humanity. That was Goisha's ultimate goal when he created the 7 singularities, but this time... Yes, this time we do not know if that is her goal in spawning the singularity or if it's just a side effect of her true goal. Good grief. It's all well and good, but should we be just letting that man get away? First, we need to make sure Yagyu is okay. I agree, there's no telling what kind of traps we could blunder into if we just rush in blindly. Right now, we should celebrate gaining a new ally and make sure our position is solid before moving on. Everything checks out. I can't see any irregularities in your spirit origin. I'm sorry to make you go through so much trouble for this decreed body. Truly, I am. As well you should be. You're supposed to be the last line of defense when anything threatens the Shogun's safety. How could you let yourself be captured along with everyone else? I see, then you truly are Lady Fuku, despite your current appearance. Hey, what's with that look? Are you saying I, of all people, should have been there to make sure nothing happened to the Ooku? You don't understand. If I hadn't been bedridden and I had my Naginata with me, I'm sure I would have cut these villains in two myself, I think. I do not recall giving you a look that says anything of the sort, but I suppose you're right. You were indeed a most capable warrior in your own right, Lady Fuku. Ahem, never mind the past. Right now we need to focus on the future. Both of us. We need to find that traitorous Matsudaira Izunokami and string him up. I mean, save the Shogun as soon as possible. Indeed. Master, before I pledged my service to you, there was a time where I served another. Now, by some strange quirk of fate, I have been called back to the age of Kane, the time where my former lord, Tokugawa Iemitsu, was still alive. Forgive me, but I cannot turn my back on him now. To do so would be the height of disloyalty. Please, Master, let me help him. Our plan was always to rescue everyone, and that goes for Lord Iemitsu too. Understood. You have my profound thanks, Master. Oh, right. Now that another ghost type has been defeated, does that mean, just as I calculated, another pillbox? It's useless. He's much too sickly. How could a man like that possibly lead all of Japan? And just when our country faces an unprecedented crisis, too. Damn foreigners, they just won't let up. And then there have been those massive earthquakes, the tsunami, the diseases that have been going around. Some say it's the gods punishing us for dealing with foreigners. This is hopeless. I can't take it. What did I do to deserve this? First, those foreigners won't leave us alone. Then those earthquakes killed thousands of my people, followed by cholera killing thousands more. What am I supposed to do? What can I do? Oh God, I wish I could just run away from it all. You care that deeply about things that aren't your fault? What a kind man you are. And now you feel driven by despair by that very kindness, you poor thing. Well, I love you for your kindness. It's okay to run away if you want. You don't have to think about anything if you do. Here, why don't you lie down for a while? You have trouble sleeping. I could sing you a lullaby if you like. So this one says Iesada. That would have been the 13th Shogun. Let's go ahead and add it to your mystic code. I guess we should probably tell you what little we know before we move on to the next floor. Acquire 13 Shogun Tokugawa Iesada's Inro. Okay. I'm gonna spend as much as possible. Oh, wow. Okay. So I actually think this is a good stopping point. I'm starting to get a bit tired, so I'm just gonna go to sleep now, and I'll continue this tomorrow, and actually do the Princess Connect event tomorrow as well. So yeah, thanks everyone who stopped by to watch, and yeah, hope to see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.